so hot. We're switching out the smoke alarms. Got lost, but I feel my way into your arms. Love how you creep into my wildest thoughts. Something about you, boy. Something about you, boy. We're only one kiss away, my body can't hit the brakes. One touch, it escalates out. The dirty talking, it turns to play. We're all out of things to say. It's too late, we can't escape out. Oh baby, we can't stop this fire. So when I face the flames, I'm burning on down, 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 down. We can't stop this fire. We're like gasoline, we're pouring it down, down, down. We're only one kiss away, my body can't hit the brakes. One touch, it escalates out. Oh baby, we can't stop this fire. There's something about your love, something about your love.
Okay, everybody, you in here? Testing, testing, testing.
Yerp.
Robin is muted. I
Yep.
don't know if she muted herself. Oh, you muted yourself? Okay, good. Just go ahead and double check. Well, welcome back to the episode 3 of Real Waifu Hours, VOA edition.
Woo.
We have some returning guests, and then we have a long time. She should have been on the first two, but we had to work out the kinks and all this other nonsense. But for those who watched the original Real Waifu, done by Ibu Jagan, we have Captain Commander Valkyrie Robin, the longest standing Valkyrie in the Valkyries as of today. Active, yeah, she's back. Representing straight out of Dallas, Texas. Although the NBA did a Luka dirty, but that's a whole other topic. That's not what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome, Robin. Good to have you here. And then we have Empress Nile and Silver Neko. We have Loch Ness, and we have Marcy. Zuri's actually trying to get on.
She'll give her 10 minutes.
She said give her 10 minutes, she'll be on. We got some questions here. We're figuring out how Talk Studio and Streamlabs works. So we're going through all the stuff. Now, for those who will be able to come in onto the stream and have no idea what we're talking about, we finally figured out how to get the text on the bottom to work and all that other stuff. So share the channel out, leave a like on the stream, let everybody know so that people can come in. We got some good questions. Nothing spicy this week, guys. Nothing spicy this week. We're gonna try to keep the spicy thing to not rare, but like a treat every now and then. But like this week, we're gonna keep it this is gonna be more what business like. Is that the way is that what we say? Business. Yeah. This is more business like for this particular stream. So welcome in. What's going on, Rouge and Jock and Kisan, and where is Dragon? He can't say I didn't send him the link. 1 second. He can't say I didn't
Covering the eyes right there.
you the link. Just saying. Just gotta cover my back right
My name's Jeff. I'm gonna throw something. Sick.
All right, guys. So yeah. Before we get into the topics, just quick, let's go over everybody. How was you guys' week?
Boy, it was long, but productive. A lot of stuff came out this week. Y'all should
Eventful.
Busy.
What's going on with you,
Yeah.
Robin, Lockness, Marcy? What's going on with y'all?
Everything is good. Everything is fine.
My week was real productive. It was a slow start because I started off the week working on a comic that I wasn't working on. But when I started sewing, I made like 3 dresses in 3 days.
Nice.
Oh, very productive.
Ooh, nice. That's
So
awesome.
for me, I work at my son's school as a paraprofessional substitute teacher
Oh, good
for,
stuff.
for
Ooh.
special education students.
That's
So I give
awesome.
support for kids that need help. So I've been doing that, and then obviously those are the know, which is also a reason why you haven't seen the stream or upload lately, is because of that, and been caretaking for my mom. She recently just got out of the rehab facility, and she's back. She just got back home like a couple of days ago. So
Is she good?
yeah, she's better, but there's still a couple of more things I gotta take care of with her with that on that end. As far as getting her support at home when I'm not there every week, every other week, or you feel me?
I can actually 100% relate because that's the same thing that happened to my dad. But you got to do what you got to do because you have the other part of your life and family you got to take care of. But then who's there for your family that raised you? You know something? Next week we're probably gonna have to talk about that. Whole topic on that. Who takes care of your family and they took care of you when you get older. The way we are in this day and age, especially in America, a lot of people put their parents into foods.
In
Why? I can't even fathom that. It's wild. But like I said, we'll never talk. All right, let's not get into that. Let's get into some topics here. Okay, let's see how this works here. Yes, guys, I'm in. So we got okay. This is how we'll start, right? Let's see. You click this button right here. Oh, look, it works.
Nice.
I'm an old man. I've been here since John, Paul, Matthew, Simon, and the rest of them was walking the earth. So
Impart the commandments.
yeah,
Cap.
I have to. I'm not too good with the computers and stuff like that. But our first time. Wait a minute. Why does it say move to drag around? Get off. Do you guys see that?
No, that's a you thing.
Do y'all see?
I'm not seeing it on my screen here.
Does it say move
I
to
can
drag
see
around?
it. Yes, I can see it as well.
But can the stream see it? The stream can't see it. Only we can see it. Okay, good. I just want to make sure. All right, cool.
No, I think I see it on mine.
On the stream, I'm looking at the stream. I don't see it.
Yeah, no, I see when
YouTube?
other. Yeah, I can see it on mine.
No,
You
no,
have
no.
it separate.
You know, you can
Hold
see the
on.
question, but there's a tab that says drag and
Oh.
move around. You guys can't see that, right?
Oh.
Okay, it's shown on.
No.
Okay, so the caption with the question is shown on the stream.
Yes, good. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that tab isn't showing on the stream. All right.
Yeah.
So our first question for the night: when other cultures adopt another culture's music, is it appreciation or appropriation? Who would want to be the first person? I don't want to throw no one under the bus. So who wants to go at this first?
I guess I'll kick it off since
Let's go.
it's been a minute. So when other coaches adapt another coach's music, is it appreciation or appropriation? I believe it depends on the context. It depends on the context because, like, let's just use the Valkyries for example, right? With us being an international pop icon group that does cosplay, music, and dancing. I feel like when it comes to like the things that we've done, especially like showing love to, the cultures in like Japan, like with the K-pop, I feel like we're giving appreciation to those people that, like not
What you
only
mean,
do
those
because
people?
we love different like the music, but it's no different from how we see any other race of people dress up in baggy clothing and paying homage to old school hip hop, so on and so forth. So I really just do believe it depends on the context versus seeing it like in a negative way.
Okay. Next.
All right, because him keep on a look for me. I'm gonna get by his point. I'm with Robin. All right, I'm a very hold on. I'm with Robin. It does depend on the context for real, but sometimes it's kind of blatantly obvious that it's appropriation. Like everybody and the world and the dog and the cat and the dog and everybody know that this style of music may come from this set of people, but when you come out to the middle of nowhere and saying, hey, this brand new style that nobody else knew that I came up with, then it's like, bro, you know damn well that came from 50 Cent. Like, it's like sometimes it's obvious. But when, for example, going back to K-pop, when some of these groups, they have their style of music and then they have done interviews and XYZ saying how we love hip-hop. I got inspired by Michael Jackson. My inspiration is Chris Brown. And they tell who their inspiration is. I think that shows appreciation because they're telling us like, yo, I know I wasn't the first one to come up with this shit. So that's where I can see the difference.
Okay. Marcy.
I oh yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree because at least you pay homage to where you learned this from, where it came from, whereas taking credit for someone else's hard work, and copyright and all of that. Like, um, people, they see a lot of stuff, learn a lot of stuff. When you're genuine about it, like when you're genuine, like learning the language or genuinely interested in like seeing more of these stuff, then I feel like it's more you're appreciating this culture, you want to experience it to the fullest, and um just just giving that recognition that they deserve instead of taking it as your own when you didn't even put in the work for it. So definitely.
Okay. So let me see here. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Neko.
Not in the minimum.
Okay, that's crazy. Okay. To add to what's being said here, I think intention is definitely key as well, because um let's say they gave credit, but the way that they're doing it, it's kind of mocking the source material, right? That's clearly appropriation, because there have been instances with various K-pop groups that, as we know, K-pop, for example, takes inspiration from what's popular. It's called Korean pop music, I mean, right? So it tends to pull on many different genres, and sometimes they'll dive into reggae, they dive into hip hop and all of that. And there are times when they would say, "Yeah, this is where we got our inspiration," or they include you know, people from that culture into the creative process. But then you have one or two controversial ones that may go in the direction of, wait, that's not used correctly. That particular style is like, you should not necessarily go that way. Why are you doing that? There's a lot of questionable creative directions that you're seeing in the process, and that really indicates that it's appropriation. And you're just like, come on, you can engage with a culture, you can appreciate a culture without, one, claiming it's yours, and two, clearly expressing a caricature of that culture, an offensive caricature of that culture. So there is a fine line, but I think it's once respected, once, boy, my train of thought just went phew, right? So
You got this, girl. You got this.
once all the dots, all the t's are crossed, and the dots and the i's are dotted and stuff, it's fine, essentially.
Okay. All right. And Loch Ness. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, your thoughts. Appropriation or appreciation?
I think it's all in the execution because when white people do reggae music, sometimes if you do it really poorly, it can come across like, wow, you could research that better. Wow, you have options to actually make it respectable to the where it's coming from. And then there's like K-pop music where you really can't get it wrong if you're doing K-pop music or like rap music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the execution, there's so much history behind everything. So if you're really gonna do something and you're not gonna mock it, it's all in the execution. You gotta do it well. And you gotta show that you're doing it well and trying.
Okay. We lost Marcy for a second, but we are joined by Zuri-san.
Zuri took mercy.
Yeah, Zuri just
Damn, that's
screaming
crazy.
and his
She took a
Marcy.
hostage, bro, and
Bring her
sent him to the
back.
stream.
I'm
That's
not-
that's the charge.
Well,
She had to kidnap somebody and swap out her place. What you mean?
We're doing that
she
now.
came just in time.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, Zuri, I want to introduce you. We did the introduction before the stream, but I want to give this introduction to our longest standing Valkyrie commander. That's Robin. She's been with me since the first two ages of the Valkyries. So Zuri, this is no Robin. This is Zuri. She's also one of the people master crocheters for the Valkyries and going to help launch the Valkyries' new crochet beachwear line. So she's been
Okay. So
part
that's
of, yeah, that's
really
Zuri.
cool. It's good to see the
Hi.
put the face with the name, because as soon
Yeah.
as you said
Yeah.
crochet, I'm like, oh, her.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm even
gotcha.
wearing a crochet durag right now. So yeah,
Nice.
it's my entire personality.
Cool.
All
cool.
right. Let me ask you this question since you just jumped in here, and Zuri. When another culture adopts another culture, a culture's music, is it appreciation or appropriation?
In all honesty, it depends on what extent they're carrying it to. Like if you're just alright, for how most people just listen to dancehall music and be like, oh yeah, reps to Jamaica, that's appreciation. But if you go to the point, you as a very white ass person be like, oh yeah, I'm from Jamaica, wah, blah blah blah. No, damn well you are not from Jamaica. You know nothing about Jamaica's actual cultural heritage. That's appropriation, because what you mean?
Okay. We understand the difference between appropriation and appreciation.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I asked you guys all this because I'm going to play devil's advocate for white people here. Right?
Okay.
I don't support Beyonce getting a Grammy for country music.
Oh
I don't
Lord.
either. I
You know,
do
so
not.
My
I
ears.
don't understand
Oh
that
my
either.
God.
So I'm gonna rep
Jerry,
all the bigots and all the prejudice and discriminatory white people out there who's not feeling. And you know why I'm going to do this? Because if it was if it was Billy Bob Thornton that made a reggae album and won a Grammy, how would we feel?
Rob.
Rob, right? Okay, so then how do white people feel?
I
I saw a lot
mean,
of fake claps. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have a different opinion on that, though.
Even Beyonce Beyonce was surprised that she
Beyonce
won,
was shook.
She
or
was
she
surprised that she won Album of the Year, not Best Country.
not the country. Oh, so that little thing on the internet, that was when she won Album of the Year.
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So then she was pretty much just like, oh, my husband came through. You motherfuckers better. You better give me that shit. My husband definitely came through for me. Now, before we get into your clapback, Robin, here's my thing, right? About music in general. I think music is the second most universal language in the universe, or in mankind's universe. I
Mhm.
believe that the first language is math, and then the second language is music.
My
And
father said food was the first one.
food is fuel. That's not.
Yeah, food.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So my thing is that I don't think anyone can claim. I don't think your ethnic group has anything to do with whether or not you claim a song. Because Eminem is a prime example of that. Eminem was raised in a hood, not the hood, but a hood, right? He came from a bad, poor background, mothers on coke or whatever they was doing that he rapped about or whatever. Why can't Eminem spit bars? Because he's white? See what I'm saying? So it's like, why can't he spit? So if a white guy, if let's be on some Tarzan shit, a plane's flying over Jamaica, it's about to crash. It's gonna crash it crashes into Jamaica's harbor, and the mother threw her baby out of the window to save her baby, and it fell into the Maroon Kingdom and hit the tree and so wolves got it, and then somehow the baby was a white baby. 20 years later, was raised by some Obiaman a guy in
The
Jamaica,
lore.
and yeah,
What
gotta put
happened to
the
the wolves?
yeah, the wolves, them kill the wolves and eat the wolves. First of all, there's no
Isn't
wolves.
that the Jungle Book? Isn't
Yeah,
that the
but
Jungle Book though?
that's
With
Tarzan.
some
First of all,
of you.
That's Tarzan Jungle
and
Valley.
there's no wolves in Jamaica, so I don't even know where I came up with that. But let's say some type of animal grab them and then kill off the animal and then raise them, and this white guy is speaking more country patois than Nile.
So
Why-
what? Me some
Yeah,
So,
him talk worse. Him talk worse than that.
so
So
what?
so why can't he and in all of life him grow up and listen to Peter Tosh and Bob Marley and Yellow Man and Ninja Man and Beanie Man and all the different man them and Vibes Cartel? Why he can't spit dancehall and reggae? Why?
I think what this disconnect is, especially for that category, in my opinion, I can understand album of the year. That's Beyonce. It's gonna happen. If not this year, then the next year. It's gonna happen.
But she,
One of
you
these
know,
years.
you know who she beat for that, right?
Kendrick?
No, The Weeknd, and I think that's bullshit.
Oh, okay, that was
That's
unfair.
crazy.
In regards
That
to
makes
the
sense.
country best country album, just like the dancer, if there was a dance category, you would expect the dancehall greats to be in it. A reggae people. You would expect people whose discography, that's their word, discography, is more centered towards that genre. If, for example, Cartel come out with a pop music and say with a pop album, and then he won an award for pop, even though he's known for being dancehall, it'd be kind of,
But why can't Cartel do a collaboration with Lisa and win Pop Album of the Year? Why can't he? Why can't Cartel go on stage and start doing some shook up move
well,
with Lisa?
if he's with someone that is of that genre, that would make, because they would have some time.
So let me ask you a question.
But
So you
well,
remember Cartel's concert, right?
Yeah.
I remember Spice, right?
Yeah.
So you're telling me if Lisa came and did a standing split on Cartel and then start doing some daggering on the stage to some music, Jamaica would explode? Look at Nico's reaction. Look at Nico's reaction.
It probably would, but I thought about awards and
do I have to speak about my idol?
It probably
wife
would
like this?
explode. Because what? But yeah, I think that category is more for people who are in country, like who are more focused towards country. Nothing wrong with making a pop or another genre otherwise, but like I think that category or like a category is like it should be for artists who are mostly in that genre. So
I
can
have a bit
understand
of
why
an
when Beyonce,
alternative
the world
opinion
is
on
like,
this
huh?
one.
Yeah.
Before you get your opinion,
But I think it's
hold on,
I
before you guys
think
get
it's
your
based
opinion,
on what's popular, right? There's a poll, so
but hold
wouldn't
on.
it be based on?
Before
I'm
you
sorry.
get to that, let me get to Robin because Robin wanted to push back on something I said, and then I'm gonna go to you, Neko, and then I'll go to you, Marcy. What's your pushback, Robin?
Okay, so just so I understand you, you're basically saying that Beyonce shouldn't have won the country award. Is that what you were saying?
No, well, okay. I have a
Because I
double.
have a couple of counters to that as to why I feel like she.
Here's my
I mean,
thing.
like, and
I have
also
a double.
to be honest, I haven't listened to that album.
My thing is this: I have a double. I don't ever take any sides. I have a double devil's advocate, like double. One, what is Beyonce doing in country music? Does she truly actually like it, or is this resume building? Oh, I'm Beyonce. I'm that bitch. I'm gonna go in country music. Next thing she'd probably do K-pop after that. Next thing she'd probably do Sweden, or she just wants to do everything. So she can go down as the greatest female artist of all time. So is it genuine or she resume stacking?
Hold on, isn't Beyonce from Texas?
Yeah, that's
So that's what I'm about to get to. So
I can understand that.
That's a question.
I can understand that.
That's a question.
Right. So for me, in my opinion, there has been so before I get back off into Beyonce, Lil Wayne has done various projects and collaborations with, various artists of all backgrounds, right? Now with Beyonce, I don't really, and I could be wrong. So like with her being our Whitney Houston of my generation, right, is what I would put her in as far as a singer. So I feel like because she is from Texas, and also something that I read more recently, she wanted to do that album, make a country album to pay homage to the first Black woman who was actually considered a country artist. I forgot her name, but I shared it on my Facebook page not too long ago. Um, I think either earlier today or like a couple of days ago. You know, since it's Black History Month and all. And I really do think that, you know, going back to the appreciation and the appropriation topic, I feel like, yo, if you're talented enough to go from any genre to win an award, if you hit Billboard, if your album had sold X amount of records, which I think that's what they base it on anyway for them to win any type of award. And like you said, Triforce, it could be the fact that she wants to be the first Black woman to win in all the categories, period, which I'm not hating on and I ain't mad at. Okay. So, but yeah, like I really do think she wanted to do it because it was something different. Um, she's from Texas. And if you ever heard her speak in any of her earlier interviews and, you know, before she got more camera and interview ready, that girl is country as hell.
Yeah.
Like how she talks is country, like for real, for real. So, I mean, like, as long as you sound good and you've done your research and people is buying what you putting out there, I mean, hey, it might be a little weird, but eventually when you listen to things over and over again, it kind of grows on you. Just like prime example, when one of Nicki Minaj's songs first came out, when back when I was in college, when she did, what was that song? Monster, the Monster remix. At first, I couldn't even stand that song, but once you hear it over and over again and you really just pay attention to the lyrics, it kind of grows on you. So, I mean, like, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it.
All right. Neko, what's
Right.
your thoughts on that?
I'm kind of in a similar vein because one, she is from Texas, and just because Beyonce in general is talented, and she obviously started in the pop genre, pop and R&B range, but she is from Texas, and on the album itself, she collaborated with a number of country artists as well. It's not like she come out with the album by herself doing country. No, she actually collaborated with longtime country artists as well, brought them into the picture, right? And another thing to consider is, and I don't really listen to Beyonce, so this is not me saying this as a part of the Beehive, right? I don't really give a shit about her music, but to make this point at the very least, she's from Texas. She collaborated with artists in the genre. And on top of that, she is Beyonce, so naturally she's going to sell. Whether she sells as good as the previous albums is a different question because she's stepping out of her comfort zone, obviously. But she's going to sell. And personally speaking, as well, I would say I don't think an artist should be caged to one single genre. There are many different artists that I don't think an artist should stick to one genre or whatever. I understand the implications where certain genres are tied to a particular culture, right? But artists, I think, are allowed to be versatile and try different things. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And speaking to what Triforce specifically said, I don't think we'll ever know what her specific intentions are. Mind you, people do suspect it's a bit of a resume thing because there is a suspicion that the next album is gonna be stepping into rock or whatever. That is people's suspicion. But yeah. That could just be a rumor that's floating around, but yeah.
I hope it is.
That's very ambitious.
I didn't
I
know
Very
that.
mean,
ambitious because I cannot imagine her doing
the
that.
TV
Right?
show thing. I don't remember if I'm saying it correctly, but I think Megan and some others are doing some K-pop reality.
Oh yeah,
Not reality.
Megan and
Yeah,
Sai are
K-pop.
the hosts for
Is it
a
called
yeah. So
K-pop?
there,
K-pop
there,
reality
Yes,
show.
it is good
she
to
doing
step
that.
into other fields. It's just that as long as you pay homage to like persons who have been in the field or you work with people,
Mhm.
just like as Rhea said, Beyonce did work with people who have been in country a long time. Plus, she is from Texas. So in that sense, she's not really doing appropriation. It's more of an appreciation on her side. But yeah, because you do have people who step out and do different type of music. I mean, it's just like the Valkyries started out as like an entire gaming group, but now we're stepping into like pop entertainment
I'm
and so on.
glad you brought that up. Thank you. So, with that being said, well, oh, Marcy, you had a point because I have this last thing to say. But
No, no,
Marcy,
I totally agree with what everyone's saying.
oh,
I'm not too sure about the album itself. I didn't listen to all the songs on the album, so I can't really say much about what happened, but I kind of understand also where Empress was going with it, because it felt like she was new to the scene, like it kind of felt weird seeing her win in that category or something along those lines, or win for that album specifically. But power to her if she wants to show off her versatility and experiment, because that's what music is also about, coming up with new innovative ways to like sell your image. It's all about putting up the image, like going further with the image that she has. So I think it's like a hats off to her for like actually like, well, I would say if she won a Grammy for it, then that is a success. Um Especially when that is not her usual genre. So that's what I have to say about that.
so the entire thing here is I believe she's resume building. I believe that she wants to. I believe she wants to diversify her portfolio so that she can go down as the greatest ever. I'm talking about uh, Michael Jackson level greatest.
I mean, why not try if you can? I mean,
If you can.
if you can, why not? I would say if you have the ability to, why not go for it?
Yeah.
Like, there are different ways to look at it, but if you have the ability, this is a free country. What the hell, you know?
Okay. So with that being said, then I think it's okay, but I will say this: if it can rock, then like I said, a white baby falls from the sky into the mountains of Jamaica. Then nobody better start complaining when he grows locks and starts singing like Bob Marley and wins an Oscar. You should embrace him. I'm just saying, him or her, doesn't even make a difference. Anyway, guys. All right, let's move on to the next topic. That was an actual interesting topic that I actually wanted to cover. Thought it was something different, but it's a good segue as we move forward to the next question, because how we're talking about Beyonce and music and the music industry. So, my next question to you guys: here we go. Unwritten rules for women in the entertainment industry. I would like to know what you guys know about the unwritten rules about men. The rules we write for y'all. How can y'all make it? What are some of the rules do you think men have written? Unwritten rules, but we wrote them in order for you to make it as women in the industry. Who would like to start? And this will not end. This will not end nice. It's gonna end bad. Just let me know.
Okay, well, I'd like to go first. I know one is you have to sell sex.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to be sexy and you got to be able to market your sexiness.
Oh, I thought you meant sell actual like physical sex.
No.
Oh, okay. Because selling sex is one of them as well. But and the physical sex. Like we are dastardly diabolical scumbags. Like this ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. I'm a man. I've been around these scumbags. Politics, sports, video games, streaming, cosplay, anime, you name it. Nowhere on earth, men will not. Men will do everything to gatekeep you unless you give them P. That's just
Damn.
what it is. That is how we are as men. Period.
As boys, as dudes.
Well, yeah, as the dudes, the men fight against it, but ain't a lot of men these days. But yeah, that's a definite unwritten rule. You have to look sexy. But let's touch that topic. Not the sex part, but the sexy. Is it a bad thing?
To be sexy.
You guys
T.
remember Cupcake?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys remember
Yes.
Cupcake? She went
Is she
in her
still around?
interview and she was crying, and I loved Cupcake. Her
Who's
songs so
Cupcake?
controversial, so weird. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I
Yes.
can sing them on here.
I know
Very
I know what
controversial.
those songs. Yeah.
And you know the worst thing? She came in an interview where she was literally crying. She was like, "I've seen Nicki Minaj twerk and do all this stuff on, and she's doing it and she's singing about it, and people are hating on her, and she's saying it's just because she doesn't look like,
Yeah, she doesn't look as sexy or the beauty
or yes,
standards
she's
that
not the
other
beauty
people have.
standard." Yes.
So
Which is
okay.
why I low key love Posa from Mamamoo K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though she wasn't the standard Korean beauty, she made herself her own standard. I know people have to look up to her and listen to her music because she is that girl.
Maybe
He has several points to make.
yeah,
Damn it.
so but let him rock. Let him talk. He was trying to talk.
Let him cook.
Let him-
Let him cook.
He's like, Mom, let me talk. Let me talk.
Oh, good.
But you don't think image is important though? See,
I think image is important, but I think also that um women or people in the entertainment industry should have the right to choose how they wish to portray themselves,
yeah.
right? So there is no it's not bad to look sexy. There's no negativity there's no negative connotation in my personal opinion to having to look sexy. It's whether you have the choice to. Now, in terms of guys trying to force that, I think it comes from a place of exploitation, a place of control. I think it also comes from I think it's that and money as well, because they're thinking, okay, I can take advantage of this girl, and if she looks sexy, then she can make a lot of money for me, essentially. So it's it's two things in one. It's the power over the artist or the person, and the money, I think. um
all right,
but that is in Western entertainment. Jay brings up an interesting point about K-pop standards versus Western standards.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
very dark over in K-pop community because even what's her name from Twice? I
I know
can't
you,
remember her name.
Jungyeon.
I forgive her. I love
Jungyeon.
she.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when she started gaining weight, a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people started hating on her. And if you realize the worst part about it is that everyone else in the group is still maintaining that.
all right. Time
Well,
out.
she has medical issues,
Yeah,
I
so
was
time
gonna
out.
bring
Yeah,
Time
it
she
out.
up.
has
She
medical
does.
issues.
Hold up, hold up, because
I was gonna bring it up too.
the statement you just made about the person gaining weight, we have to put some context behind this. What type of weight are you talking about? Because
Okay, so
as
she
a
was
man of
slim.
African descent, as a man of African descent,
all right, I will
those
find an
No,
women.
example, but
for
you can.
Jamaicans, let me say this then. For Jamaicans, she would still very much be considered sexy. But because of the beauty standards in South Korea, they would call her fat
So
because
why not?
she's no
Okay, then,
longer
but well,
skinny.
hold on. But then you said because of her medical condition, but she doesn't have one.
No, she
Okay.
does.
On her weight.
Yeah,
It's
the
what
reason
caused
why
her
she
weight.
gained weight is
No, because
because
remember
of
your
her medical
thyroid,
condition.
can affect your weight
Okay,
gain.
hold
Yeah.
on, time out.
So there are
See,
different aspects of it.
see, this is what I need to understand. So let's use Jamaica standards. Okay, Neko,
Mm-hmm.
when you say she's gained weight, please answer the question in the following categories: Is she now normal, slim, thick, thick as, or she's overweight?
She's not overweight. She's like
She's
between,
like a thickers, but not the big butty thickers, but she's a
she's like, yeah,
thickers.
she's a thickers, essentially. I'm trying to find a
That's big
picture
neck.
so that I could show you. So I could
She's
show you.
not morbidly obese. She's nothing like that. She just put on a little.
She's
Can you find a
normal.
picture of her, please?
She's what we would consider a normal weight person to look like. But because of the standards in South Korea where they literally expect you to look like skin and bones, yeah.
So yeah, so
Which
why?
is
I'm
the only
finding the
thing I
example,
have
but yeah.
ever hated about the K-pop industry. That's the only thing I hate about
I
it.
need to
That
see
they
this.
force
I
the
need to see
girls
this
to be
person
so skinny.
because
Yeah,
the only girls I even care about in the K-pop scene is Lisa, which looks like she's actually gaining some healthy
yeah,
weight.
she's gaining some weight now. Like she's actually putting on meat, and I'm so
Can
happy
you
for her.
Discord me that? Discord me the image because I can't see it off the thing. Okay, so here's my thing. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna be very upset when I see this in Discord. Watch.
Oh
I'm gonna be
dear.
very upset because this
You
is
gonna be
not
upset.
gaining weight. Oh, okay, she gained weight. Okay, she gained.
Wow.
She actually
Yeah,
gained.
it's actually very obvious that she also put on weight because if you literally look at her amongst the rest of them that's in the group, and I can tell that that's messing with her mental health because imagine you are performing with so many other girls that are a certain beauty standard and you're the only they don't even give her that much screen time anymore.
More.
Yikes!
That's true.
They don't
Yeah.
even get
Yeah.
screen time.
So
Okay,
going
but
back to the topic real quick,
yeah,
I want to add double standards and like what you guys
Yes.
were bringing up with the body images and stuff like that. Because
Mm.
think about it, in over here in America, we saw that with Lizzo.
Adele.
Yeah.
We saw
And
that with
Adele.
a lot of big voluptuous women who, in my opinion, I
Mhm.
didn't think was overweight, but because of double standards, right? When you look at music videos
Mhm.
and the men, they could be,
Fat Joe, Big
yep,
Pun.
fat. And I was just about to bring that
Yep.
up.
Did you
Like,
put
Rick
Lizzo in
Ross.
that? I'm not bashing anyone, but did you put Lizzo in
I'm
that group
not.
or
We're
what?
not. We're
I'm
not
just
No, no,
bashing
asking
them.
no,
for
We're just.
no, no. She's
clarity.
not. She's not. What she said. Because she
no,
said.
what I'm saying is like the unwritten rules for women in industry, right? If you look at the men in the music industry
Oh
or
yeah, men can be
movies,
no lies. Sean Kingston was a
a lot
big
of
man.
yeah, a
He's
lot of
still
them
around
are
though?
big.
Is he still around? Is he
You
still
can be
like
considered maybe
relevant?
overweight or whatever, but when it gets to the women who actually
Yeah,
have
that's true.
talent, who actually have
That is
talent,
true.
can sing, can do a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Women takes the most. Women takes a bigger hit than the men do.
Oh, they do. I
Yeah,
can give it.
definitely.
Nobody talked about it like rest in peace, Big Pun. Nobody talked about him. Nobody talked about one of the legends that group. You know, what I'm saying like all the big heavy D, all
Yeah.
of them.
Biggie Smalls.
Nobody
Big
even
Pun.
batted an
Rick
eye at
Ross.
But
them.
again, it also comes back down to which region of the world you are in because there are literally some places in. It's always going to go back to Africa. I'm sorry, but there are some places in Africa and even Northern Asia that worship big women. Like when I say fat women, women we would literally
Do
call
you know why?
obese.
Do you know why?
They see them
Do you,
as pretty and sexy.
do you know why?
Yeah,
No, I
sure.
don't know
So
why.
Okay,
kind of
I will.
well.
I When I say this, okay. So you see how serious my voice is. No joke. I'm not playing around when I say this. I'm being very
I
real.
think it symbolizes wealth or something. I don't remember
No,
what
no,
I
no,
read
no,
from
no.
the documentary.
It's a science. So
Mm.
their average woman over there, they are big, but not the big we think. In the West, women have to put on BBLs, so
Yup.
their thighs,
BBL Drizzy.
their thighs, their thighs and their butts are massive, and they have the small waist. In Africa, that's considered normal. Now, hold on. Let us continue. It has everything to do with the men. The
Yup.
men in Africa are built for the women. The bigger the
Mm.
women, the men are. That's why I say guys who like, oh, I'm going to get hated for this. Guys who like skinny anorexic girls have little dicks.
I mean, yeah,
They
that's
gonna
just the
hit you for it.
science.
That's all
It's a
them
sign.
can.
I
It's a sign.
mean, I
It's a
remember even
hold on.
watching a video
Hold on.
earlier.
They
Hold on.
can't. They
Zuri.
can't have. You know what? You know what, admin? They cannot handle the cushion.
The cushion.
So no, but now in
Oh
in
my.
Africa now, so they did. I'm sure everyone must have seen this so far on the internet. Remember that little thing they put on Facebook? And it should still be there. It says the size of penis from around the world.
Oh yeah.
So now
Oh yes.
when you go into the Caribbean and you go into and Africa, they're working with 9 and up. The big women in Africa couldn't deal with anyone 9 and down. 9 is just, to them, 9 is like what America would call 5. They couldn't, they wouldn't feel anything. So they need 9 and up. And in Africa, dudes are 12 is like, oh, you're a junior BBC. Wait, what? 12 is junior BBC in Africa. So what's BBC? You see the thing? Now in America, 9 is BBC. Huh? So like 9 is BBC. So what's junior? 7. So then if you're 5, you're normal. And then anyone under 5, God forsaken you. So with that being said, right, in that part of the world, when they see big women like that, they have the tools to be satisfied to satisfy them and be satisfied by her. Big African men can't put their joint in a girl. Like, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. There's Pornhub videos where dudes put their joint on a woman's stomach and it comes up to their sternum from the outside to be funny. Like, oh yeah, bow, like it's an arm that drops on them. And I'm like, how? There's a white woman who made a joke. She said, 4, that's a little bit under, but 5, I can deal with that. 7, you guys know this, it's a meme.
Yeah.
She's like, I can really do that. But at the end when she gets to 12, how was I gonna fit in there? 15, I'll need surgery. She makes jokes about it or whatever.
They're
But,
50.
Nah,
but
look,
the point
12, I ain't gonna front. 12, you're a corn star.
Yeah, 12 is a porn star. That's why like a lot of dudes
That's a money maker right there.
dudes who are swinging, they don't need to work. They just join the porn industry. They're good.
Helicopter.
Don't even take the bus.
Boy,
everywhere.
boy.
So,
Listen, if a man ever come up to me, boy, him have that size and boy, him want breed me, sir, that is a threat on my life. Go away.
Look,
So-
I'm be like, man, hang my towel on that.
Dry your clothes.
Eddie Murphy, actually,
Wow.
anyone who was old enough to watch this comedy skit called Raw, Eddie Murphy made
Yes.
the first joke, helicopter joke. He was like, have you ever had that African guy that comes to your girl's house and then ding dong, and she opens, she said, hello. He said, hello, my dear, how are you? And she go, who are you? I am your friend's. He says something about he's your friend. Is he here right now? No. And then he swings his dick and ropes it on his shoulder. And he's like, well, may I come in? And everyone's laughing, but it's not funny because it's exaggerated,
funny.
but it's almost real. There ain't no one throwing it over their shoulder, but there are dudes who it's almost horse level, which is foolishness. But what I'm saying, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when you guys were mentioning about what she was mentioning about in Africa, how they see those women. So you ever heard of the standard beauty is in the eye of the beholder? So
Yep.
don't get it twisted. Hold on, because I know a lot of people are going to say, so you're saying there are no fat people? No, there are fat. First of all, the word is not fat. The word is obese. There are obese people. Do not confuse obese people with fat. Just like don't confuse slim or toned people with anorexic, or in Jamaica we call them maga women. Yeah, maga women is like that. These are unhealthy, extremely unhealthy things. People say, "Oh, you're fat shaming." No, it is unhealthy. They will die. Well, they're gonna die before their natural death because you can't be in that type of thing. But these women are naturally born with BBLs. That's not fake. You have some women who have like a size 4 waist, but they have like a 46 no, yeah, waist and a 46 thighs, and you're like, that's got to be a BBL, not in Africa.
Big
What-
up Jada.
Not
You
in
know it.
African women are natural hourglasses, and I love them. I love
Yes.
to see them.
When I went to Ghana,
They're
I
very
said, wait,
beautiful.
what? What the hell? Why she looks like that? Oh, she alright. I'm like, yo, what's his name? I said, you will stop playing. Maybe she's alright. She's like normal thick. I said,
Hey, yo.
so you know what their normal thick? If I could make a girl, you see how Jada Kingdom is? That's their normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jada Kingdom is normal in Ghana
They're
and Nigeria.
Amazonians.
For a man, my good personality.
Right?
And
The fact that
and
there's
funny.
this reality show where it shows very, very fat people, like white people, very fat white people. And I saw
TLC
the
show that.
video on TikTok, and the Jamaicans were under the comment like, if this woman was in Jamaica, she would have lost weight right away. You know, some of these people really need a Jamaican producer on them team for actually talk to some of them people with fat.
To be honest with you, Montego Bay is filled with a lot of older, heavy-set white women. Same thing. So you know how everyone attacks passport bros, but no one ever talk about green card sisters, because in Jamaica and in Africa, women are not playing none of these. Older women are like, I can't deal with this shit no more, and they just go to the Caribbean and they go to Africa, and they are set. They don't have no more problems in their life, and they go up. What? What did I just see? Oh man, so let me get in front of the mic, man. Come on, stop pushing me.
He wants to show the teddy bear,
He's
and I'm telling him he can't.
He's like, let me get some
Okay.
screen time.
Quickly say hi. Say hi. Okay.
Hi.
What is going
All
on?
right, lie down back now.
Yeah, try to shrink the boy stardom, you know. He was born to be a star.
So, but
Like he's been here, like he actually said Niles' name, and I'm like, wait, since when you actually said Niles? And he just be like Niles, and he's pushing the teddy bear in the screen.
oh,
It's my name is supposed to say.
Didn't know.
Jay, it's my name. Don't do that.
Me next, me next. And now Zolan wants to say hi. I'm so sorry you guys are being
Oh my god, my baby. Zuzu.
Okay, bye now, guys.
Zuzu.
Damn.
let me ask
Yes,
you guys a
you
question.
can.
So the reason why I bring up this is because there's a famous artist who's a producer and a writer, and she's lyrically so godlike. She got pushed out of the industry, and she has written for so many artists, men and women, and she was pushed out because of her weight. American.
Are you talking about old girl that sung
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott got pushed out for her weight?
Missy Elliott?
Sexy.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning. Missy
In the
Elliott's
beginning,
slim now. She lost a lot
she's
of weight
slim
now.
She's slim now.
But
But-
she
Oh,
was
that's
pushed
true.
she was pushed
I
into
never
the
knew
background.
that.
And lyrically, she was better than most of these people.
Yeah, before when the standard was anorexic. We just remember during her time the standard was super thin.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she was thick.
stuff.
So yeah.
If you weren't
And
TLC in it,
it was
if you were not
not
TLC in it, you're not making it.
I would have never noticed because I see Missy tearing up the place in her tracksuit.
I'm
rocking
saying.
Yeah,
Sure,
she's
but
back
she-
now, but
But
yeah.
she's back now. But when she was gone, she made her living producing for other people. A lot of these people's songs that you're hearing, it's not there. She wrote them. She produced them. She's multi-talented. It's just
Right.
that
Yeah, she
I'm
was
glad she still got
producing
her
the
back.
songs behind the scenes.
a lot of
Yeah,
these.
and-
So
And then
it's unfortunate.
Let's not forget the big women that had the boisterous voices, like the lady that did "Everybody Dance Now," and then come to find out they used
yeah.
her voice and put it over a skinny woman because
Yeah.
she didn't meet the standards of that time.
That's crazy.
I don't
I
remember
never
her
knew that.
name. The same lady that played in the movie that Beyonce did as well. The three sisters that did the whole movie. I think they played the roles
Jennifer
of three
Hudson.
sisters.
Jennifer
Yeah,
Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson. Yeah.
OMG.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was also a very good person in her time, in the sense where the
She
fact that it
was
was a
great.
whole thin look and she was still big and she had that voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
She did
Robin,
her
the lady
thing.
you're talking about is Martha Wash.
Yeah.
Everybody dance now.
Mm.
That's her. Wow. Damn, they did her dirty.
Yeah, they
They
did her
did
dirty.
her dirty.
Yep.
Oh, but they can let the big boys do their thing, but they did her
That's cute.
dirty. That's okay. So we got that out of the way. But what are some other unwritten rules? So we got our sex appeal, prostitution. So those two are out of the way. What
Oh
else?
Lord.
The fact that
Uh,
those
Getting
are
high. I
so
feel like
big.
getting high is one of them. Like drinking, the whole
You
partying
mean
thing. You have to be at
attending one
every
of Diddy's
party.
white party?
Yeah.
all right, front.
Engaging in vices and
You have to.
Yes.
Yes.
and attending social events.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I'm not defending it. Before I let you go, I just gotta defend. Take that. I gotta defend it. Y'all need to stop putting this on like this is Diddy. This remember, you know that meme where he's like that they put Diddy's face on it, and then they show you Meek Mills, Rose, Drake, and the guys outside, and he's like, it's a meme because they use the same skit, but they change his face. He said, "Don't act like we wasn't in there. I wasn't tearing down. Oh, boy, I was gracing you." Y'all know that meme? Which meme I'm talking about?
I know the
think
meme,
I've
but I
Yes,
don't know the origin.
King.
Yes. Okay. So first of all, the reason why I'm bringing that up is this is not Puff Daddy did not create these parties. He is a
No, he
product.
did not, but it's the biggest one in our times, you know?
No, it's not.
Or it's the one that is most known.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
It's
the,
most
something
he's,
that we
known. The
don't
most
know about
media,
now.
he's
what's
the
that word?
he's the
Now
fall
look,
guy.
I
He's
ain't
the
gonna
fall
lie.
guy.
I
Wow.
think I'm not condoning Diddy because some of that stuff I do believe he is guilty of.
He is.
However, just like with Bill Cosby,
Mhm.
wanting to
Bill
go and buy,
Cosby.
wanting to go and buy NBC and a bunch of other things so we can have our own stuff.
Yeah.
I believe, and I did a little bit more research, and come to find out, I think Diddy was suing somebody, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
and he was also trying to buy some things, and then all of a sudden, oh, now he's this big bad monster. But not to mention, like, I'm like, okay, so you want to make an example of the black the billionaire black dude, but
Mhm.
the only, you know, not black person that y'all wanted to almost made an example out of, but he erased himself while he was in jail. Epstein, like we're not gonna talk about
Apparently,
allegedly, right?
allegedly, yes.
Right, we're not gonna talk about any of these other big bad producers. We ain't even gonna talk about old boy that ran the Playboy Mansion for years. But you want to bring up the
Playboy
black,
Mansion, yo.
What's
like
his name?
Alex,
Hefner.
Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
yeah,
Yeah, Hugh Hefner. Yeah.
Hugh Hefner. And I'm just like, how? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't condone any acts of Diddy, whatever his flavor and sexuality.
The
But
the
he
way how I
like
know about
that's
even
his
some of those
lifestyle.
things is
That's
from
his lifestyle. That's
movies.
his prerogative. I'm not tripping on that. You do what you do, whatever. But just like with R. Kelly, if you did that, you need to go to jail and be thrown under it.
Okay, so just to put the context out there, I've actually
I want to make my point. When I
Yeah.
come back, what I need to do about my must better go explode. So one second.
okay.
Nice.
So just so I want to say something until Now gets back. Just so you guys understand, this is very important. I forgot the lawyer that's the prosecutor that's going against P Diddy, but he said something that was very shocking, and you guys need to understand this. All of the jokes about P Diddy greasing up Meek Mills, them having a threesome with Beyonce, blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff, all of the orgies, all of that stuff is not illegal. Puff Daddy is not on trial for any of the quote unquote freak offs. That's not why he's there. He has cases of people where he's had allegedly
Allegedly,
He was
sexually
on camera. He was on
sexually
camera beating that woman in that hotel. He
no
was
no
on.
not,
No,
that's
no,
not that's not what
Cassidy.
he's
Cassidy was his wife.
no
Was his
hold on
wife, right? He
That's
was
not
married
what
to
he's being.
Cassidy.
That's not
Oh,
what
that's a
he's being.
different. That's a
That's
different
not what he
case, though.
was. That's not what it's
No,
about.
That's a
he's
separate
not being
case.
charged for
Oh,
any of
that's a
that.
separate
That's
case.
a
That's a
separate
case.
Yeah.
thing. Yes. What he's being charged for that may get him off is because of the human trafficking of minors. See,
Yeah.
everyone thinks he's in court because of all of these surfacing things of which dudes and which women he had sex with. All of that's consensual.
Nah, it's the baby oil and the
No.
trafficking, man.
Yeah,
So,
I
Yeah.
mean, like if you were following, if you were watching it, like Law and Crime on YouTube.
you watched that too. Okay, that's where I watched it from.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of covering it, and
Yeah.
with the professionals and stuff like that. So that's gonna be
The only thing I could not believe
like
was
the
the fact
most
that he
accurate.
actually had a tunnel to MJ's house.
So like, yeah, he's in there for
Crazy.
that. That's the reason why
People
I
off
brought
with
that
the
up as
street
far as him
and
and
made them rap
as far as
battle
his sexuality. Like,
stuff.
okay, who cares? Half of Hollywood is gay. We already know this,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The mass majority of Hollywood is gay or bisexual, bi-curious,
Yeah,
or
half of.
whatever. So that's not a
I mean,
secret.
even if you went into Hollywood being straight, somehow you gonna come out bi pan or something.
No, you could just be
Eh.
Denzel and just say no.
Keep your
Exactly.
fucking hands off of me.
But yeah,
You forgot to
he
do the
got
lip
caught
thing.
in the human trafficking. So
But so, do you ladies feel
he got
that?
tied
So
up with
all
it.
of you guys are in your space, which is on the lower end, because although the Valkyries are trying to break into the entertainment industry, we have a nice little half a foot in, 5 toes in, right? Well, that's pretty much it. We're breaking into the entertainment industry. From everyone's experience here, that I'm not asking you, do you feel that the further you get in, these unwritten rules will be brought to you, or have some of you experienced some of these unwritten rules already? Not with me, obviously, because I'm accused of having
Commit
orgies
crime
with y'all and all that other stuff. So outside of me, not counting me, I'm talking about other dudes. Someone's gonna actually clip that and use it against me.
Yep. Somebody will, and they will AI it and be like, "See, try first set this," and I'm like, "Shut up, go and watch the whole podcast."
But as anyone have any experience with it, or any fears going into the industry, believing that this will happen to them?
Me?
I used to.
All right, hold on for a second. Locke, we'll go with you first, and then Zuri.
All right, so I've been stalked already in real life, so I expect to be stalked, sexually harassed. I expect people to look at me and be like, "Your eye baggy? You don't get as much money today. You need to be sexier." I expect people to look at me and think,
Wait a minute,
and
where's that?
tell me to my face. I expect
What's that
people to look at me.
accent? What's that? That accent wasn't Jamaican.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Well, skip that. Go on. Continue.
All right, and I expect the second I actually start to do stuff that I want to do, like I want to start modeling my clothes, all that, I'm gonna come across some people that are like, maybe you shouldn't be modeling your own clothes because you're not this skinny, or you're not this fit, or you're not blah blah blah. And if I ever want to go into certain, other things like music or anything like that, I'm gonna have people that are gonna look at me and gonna try to discourage me. I know that that's going to happen because people have their biases, people have messed up toxic ways of trying to protect people. And I expect people to take a look at me, especially on my on my TikTok and on my Instagram, and think I am just a body when I'm actually just trying to show off my clothes, and they're gonna objectify me based on my body. It's already happening. So,
Oh man, you guys know that all too well.
I think as long, well, as a group, as the Valkyries, when we do things collectively as a whole, that's where I feel safe, right? But I feel like if we once we do our own individual projects outside of the Valkyries, then that's when you're gonna come across those they're gonna try you. They're gonna be like, hey, I can push you up and get you into this.
I
if you
can
do X,
show
Y, and
you
Z.
the world.
Like
Just
I had an
having
experience
it inside my
actually
pants.
before I had even joined Empire Arcadia, before I became a Valkyrie, back the first time I was in New York, when I was doing my basketball stuff, you know, and one of the trainers was like, "Hey, I can give you a massage," and I was like, "All right, cool." You know, to work out the kinks in my legs and my knees and stuff. And this was back before I became, you know, thick, sexy, curvy. Now, like
Voluptuous.
Before I became voluptuous, I think I was probably Zuri-san's body type, or probably even smaller. Yes, I was skinny.
When I met you, you looked like you were like
As admin, I was
you were like
slim.
Neko. You was like Neko size.
I was
Oh,
slim.
cause I'm like my type.
No, she was like Neko. When I met her,
I
if she
was
shows
like
you a
Neko.
picture, if she shows you a picture of her, you're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. But I met her when she was literally that size.
Right. So anywho, so basically I meet up at the guy's spot. Like he lived in I think he lived in the Bronx. So I go over there, and what was funny, the guy that I came down there with, he told me, he was like, "Hey, you know, don't stay there too long." And like I wasn't catching his drift, or he just should have just told me, you know, be careful of this guy because he has a tendency to do things inappropriate with women. So anyway, I get to his apartment, and you know, this dude is down to his boxers, and I'm like, okay,
Nani?
Nani. So that should have been a red flag for me to just run up out of there. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna judge. Maybe he's just gonna whatever. So anyway,
Maybe just a go shower.
right as he's massaging me, his hands goes to my JJ area, and like so, and he's doing that, and I'm just like,
That's porn.
so
That's what porn happens.
I didn't want to freak out. I did kind of just let it happen. And I was like, okay, time to go. So anyway,
this is why it should be legal for every woman to be able to walk with a firearm. Oh my God!
Yeah, like
some women are evil.
I mean, as long as you're licensed, of course.
I was in such shock. I didn't say anything for like a day or two. And then when I was back around my people that I came down there with, I eventually told, you know, the two guys, because I was helping them with the basketball documentary. And point is, I ended up telling them, and they were like, "How come you didn't tell us immediately?" And I was just like, "Hey, I was still processing it." Because I'm just like, this food is really on the pearl. Like what?
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. Love, most persons like to bash women for be like, so why did you stay if you realize so? Listen, sometimes we cannot even process what is happening because we are so shocked. And even though it's sad to say, yes, we know that some men are strong enough to hold us down and beat us in our face or so on.
Exactly. That's the reason. And so in that moment while he was doing that, you know, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know how he's gonna react. I don't know if he's a serial or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
sometimes you just have to sit there and let it play out until you actually realize that there's an opening and you can leave. Because if you decide you're just gonna get up and be like, oh, why the hell are you touching me, blah blah, bro, you probably never live to see the next day.
Well, if you have a gun, you can.
That part.
I'm all for the Second
Endanger your
Amendment.
life.
If you have a gun, you could be like, click clack. What are you doing, sir?
Exactly. That's why I said. Listen, I told Marcy I wanted to get my licensed firearm. And you know what Marcy
And what did I tell you?
No.
What did I tell you?
So,
No.
She said no.
No. I can't trust you with a gun. I can't trust you with a gun.
They came down. They talked to him. Looked like they was.
You are a shoot first, ask questions later type of girl. Promise you.
So they handled
It's true.
it.
It's true.
He apologized. But no, what was crazy though, let me tell you the crazy part about that. The crazy part was when I talked to the initial person I came down there with. The guy told them, they were like, "Oh, she, you know, gave me the wrong signals," and I'm like, how did I? What? I'm like,
delusion. It is called delusion.
You know what they see as a signal? you just simply showing respect and being like hi. They see that as a signal.
It's
I'm
called
like,
being delusional.
sir, you offered to massage my injured parts, body parts, not my pearl.
And
How?
honestly, I'm not gonna say what you did was wrong, but even for me, if a man be like, "Oh yeah, let me massage," no sir, I'm gonna go to a professional massage therapist. I'll probably go back to my mother at home. I'm sorry, I don't want you touching me.
You have to have some form of experience. At the first time, it's never
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
it's really
it's
up to experience for reals.
when it
But for
happens to you
me
the first time.
personally,
When it happens to you the
how
first
was I
time,
at the
you don't
time?
know how to react. But afterwards, you're like, nah. When I,
I
Yeah,
want to
never
say,
again.
I want to
Yeah.
say I was like early 20s. I had to been 23, 24, 25, somewhere off in there when that happened. And I was just
the
like,
thing is, I had a similar experience to what Robin's talking about. Because when I used to do swimming, and sometimes when you're swimming, you probably get like what's that word?
It's a
Contraction in your foot
contraction.
and so on.
Contractions, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that happened to me. I was doing like 10 laps up the pool, so it was bound to happen. Plus, I didn't do any form of exercise before. And my coach was just like, "Oh, sure, let me come and rub that out for you." Again, because of how I grew up, and I don't like men because of things I've seen them done. Even
you,
if he was offering out of the goodness of his heart, I literally looked at him and I was just like, I don't want you touching me.
And
I
that's the
literally
time.
don't. And that's how I ended up asking one of my friends to do it for me instead. Because I was just like, even if you were really just planning to just massage my foot and keep it at that, just because of how I know how men are on a whole, I'm like, please don't touch me. Because trust me, if he had touched me that day, he would have probably not had a job the next day. Because I would have made sure of it.
I don't know if you guys can see because you're in here, so I don't know if you're on your phone, if you can leave this chat room or whatever. But I sent you some pictures of Robin back in 2006, so you have an
Yeah, I can't.
idea.
oh
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
no.
think.
I can't see right now.
Oh, while you're
I'll look at
checking
it later.
messages, please check the Valkyrie group if you can. I did a thing.
Hmm.
Let me see this.
I mean, if someone can just like push up the photo to the screen, let me just zoom like
I
this.
wish I could. You know something? Can I save this picture? Let
Oh,
Well,
me.
I can show them what it looks like in a second. Oh, you did like sketches and stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Neko, come. Said it. My face is close to the screen. I have on my binoculars.
Oh,
Come
oh
on.
my goodness. All right. So this is Robin back in the day.
Good
Yep.
with the
Ooh,
cut.
wow.
Ooh,
It's the haircut for me.
Ooh,
ooh.
oh,
love
Yes,
that.
Robin.
Wait, what
yeah.
are you
Like,
doing?
so
Love
minus
that. Love
the
that.
the happy pregnancy weight of my son and the sex weight accumulated from my husband. Yeah, I'm
Oh
big,
my.
thick, sexy now.
Notice what she
Yes,
said.
girl.
Sex weight from the husband. It's his fault.
Hey yo.
We gonna
But
pull the tank
I'm
in
not
for.
gonna lie,
No,
like low
sex
key,
does give weight. It does.
yeah, because like I'm not gonna lie, I had
I
always
really
wanted
need
to
my
be
husband.
a little bit thicker because like before with you being small sometimes your boobs are small and I wanted look just a little bit bigger boobish but hey if
Yeah,
you ask
I
and
low
pray
key
for it
hate my boobs
You
right
gonna
now.
get
tell
it.
me what you asked for because now I'm looking at that
No.
I'm like hey yo
All right. I'm
Robin,
gonna
I'm gonna
wrap.
need that recipe, okay?
What do you mean? What recipe? Okay.
A
Oh my
husband.
gosh.
I need that
Oh,
recipe.
Before you change the subject,
oh
yeah.
I mean the
I'm
rest
gonna
of
change this a minute.
the recipe is just really be yourself really be yourself and find somebody that will accept you for who you are, good, bad, and ugly. That's it.
It's been a year. I'm waiting.
okay.
Well,
Yeah. So what I wanted to say before I went to the bathroom,
Wish I
while you
was
guys are
VJ
talking
too.
about the unwritten rules that we're not to follow, thanks to dudes in the industry and stuff. Um, I think one of them is, apart from image, you have to look this way all the time. Even if you're going to your bed, you must look like you're going to the Grammys all the time, because you must look like that because you're in the public eye all the time. Another one is, to me, is that pressure to follow the trend. So it's like
Yeah.
being overtly sexy. Like being sexy is one thing, but when you're going to another level, when it reach like, God damn, maybe there was another way. You could have probably said the same thing a different way, but that's all you have to do because that's what's in right now. Or not even. Let's not go sexual. Let's go another style that it's in right now. If you're more like a person that's willing to stay to your brand, and you know what your craft is, and you know that you deliver well on this certain craft, but because you really want this deal signed, you want to get in so bad, the higher ups may be like, no, that's not gonna sell. So people like Lauryn Hill and the greats, and people who have alternative styles of music, or of a certain craft that they know what they love, because she may not be like a Ice Spice or a Sexy Red, and that's not her style. The pressure to do that may be one of those rules, and you're not gonna get through the door unless you follow a trend.
I
That's
agree
what
with
I
you.
think.
I agree with you now because I feel like a lot of art. So you have to be very confident in your craft to go independent and do it
Peer pressure.
yourself without the help of the industry. Now,
True. Yeah.
what we have seen from a lot of people that did choose the industry route to go like with the big corporates, I think if you're going to go that route in any industry, do the trend, but then eventually, once you get a certain kind of notoriety or a certain type of money, then I feel like once you made your money without compromising, and that is so very hard to do nowadays because let's say that you're young, you're a teenager, and you're just like, oh my god, I want to be a singer, and you coming off into the industry, and you're thinking everybody is your friend, you're very trusty, and then you get with somebody that might start to groom you, and then next thing you know, you're on the casting couch, and then the next thing you know, with the promise of an album that may or may not come out, and now you just fell down the wayside. But those who don't compromise and stay true to who they are, that hopefully they don't get blacklisted from the industry because they pissed off the wrong guy or didn't sleep with an exec, or not even just in music. That this goes for all industries of entertainment, right? Once you done your contract or doing what's popular, doing the trendy thing, save that bread, save that money, and then go do what it
Like
is that you
Blackpink.
want to do. Like J. Cole. J. Cole is a prime example of this. J. Cole, and I think because I want to say there was one album or one song that J. Cole said that he did not like, and he only did it just so it could be something popular. But once he made his movie, what did he do? He left. And like once he made his money, he left and he started to do his own thing. And now he's helping other young up and coming, artists.
Artists and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm going to touch on that before I close the topic. But I want to hear from Marcy and Neko on this unwritten rules that you guys either
I
experience.
thought I contributed though.
I,
I thought I did. I think I was the one that said the whole like the social, well, Neko kind of touched on it, like the social parties, the drinking, the
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
drugs
you
she
and
saying.
mentioned it.
yeah, I
She
think
mentioned that.
yeah.
And Neko, you have anything that you want to add?
Uh,
What?
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I touched on, I guess, the vices and stuff, but
Yeah.
There's a reason why this question is very important. After I say what I say, we move on to the next topic. It's going to be everything to do with this question right here. All three topics are intertwined. They're all intertwined. And the biggest part is what's coming up next, the last part.
I mean, I don't remember if anyone said it, but other than the fact that you have to be sex up, like sexy or so on, is the fact that especially for most women in the pop section of music, you have to sing about sex.
Do you?
In my opinion, I don't think you have to, but what I do think is that a lot of artists still dip into that because it does sell.
It
People,
sells.
it like
Sex
people,
sells.
yeah, people like.
Yeah, it
Let's
does.
take some dancehall artists for example. They will have raunchy songs, but they'll have songs that aren't so raunchy as well. Spice is an easy example. Like some of her most popular songs are her raunchiest songs, but she does have a couple
Yeah,
gospel
that's true.
tracks and a couple and the new one that's out right now. That's it's called Hell No, I think it's called, right? So these artists will step into talking about sex and certain aspects of relationships or being a bad bitch or whatever
Take
in
me
certain
back to the
ways
2000s where they
because it
use
sells.
poetic words to talk about it, though. I don't like this raw
See
dog shit. Give
that
me the
Yes.
poetic words.
because
Yes.
see that's what I was gonna get into.
Everything
There's
was
nothing
low key. They was
there
like
there's a way.
finessing it. Now it's just like
There's a
just
way
Because if
there's
you sit
not in a
and
good
listen
way.
to the stuff your parents listen to, really and truly, you're like, Mom, that's what you're listening to. And then your mom would look at you and be like, what kind of music that you listen to? And I'm like, give me back the
What I will
2000s
say is
music,
that
please.
the super raunchy out there music, it has always been there. The difference now
It
is that
has
it's more
always been there.
accessible. The thing is that poetic music has always been there, but meaning speaking about the parts, that's always been there. It's just that
Yeah, it's
it's
always
more
been there.
accessible now. The
Yes,
music
And
that
very
well
that
loud.
that
I
has
wouldn't
all of the detailing of everything,
that's the
it just
problem.
wasn't as accessible before, or it was in more closed spaces. The
I
difference is
think
that everybody
Yeah.
it's everywhere
yeah.
now, meaning
I
everybody
think
anybody and anybody can listen to it now. That's the
I
difference.
believe
Can
that
look at it,
what
yeah.
what for a person who's listened to music for over 40 years, the difference between yesterday's what I would call it yesterday's music when it talked about sex, from Luther Vandross to Michael Jackson to Prince and
Oh
some of these
wow.
other artists, right?
Do you
The
remember the time?
when they
Usher.
Was
when
a
they
sex
yeah,
Yeah.
when they made their songs, they alluded to it. You
Bodies dancing
you
under the moonlight.
yeah, you'd have to you can
You know what?
if you listen to the lyrics, you can make out what they're saying without saying it. Put it like this.
The way you make me feel.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
finesse it.
you
That's
know
the
You're
thing.
it's
really
They
hold
finesse
on
turning me
it.
hold on for a second.
on.
Sorry, hold on for a second. You're shouting over the mic. I'll give you an example. Yesterday's music put lingerie on. Today's music, everyone's butt ass naked. You see the difference?
You know, it's
Yeah.
because of where music needed to be. Like music was blowing up in clubs and stuff like that, where the sex was like it was the sex culture went up with a lot of these other things that music went hand in hand with.
Yeah, but
So music just got worse as sex got more sellable and mainstream.
I believe
Yeah,
that
that's true.
I believe because in my opinion, right, dancehall is porn music. Not all of it,
For the most
but
part.
I don't
for
think
the most,
Majority.
it started off that way. It
it
was
didn't
literally
start off
like
that way.
dance hall. Like you feel like you want to dance.
Dancehall was pop reggae, and then somehow that just got turned into its own genre, and then it was about rifle walking and
Hey, don't this for
well,
walking.
I'm just saying it became more violent, and it became more about having sex with your mother, sister, and your daughter all at the same time.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
cause
heard a song
I remember
and
dancehall
the
used to
song
be like
say
gang
you go
wars
nuts
and
in
shit.
your mouth, make it come through your nose and slap in your ears
Yup,
with my wood. I'm like, brother, that's not even lyrics, bro. That's abuse. That is abuse.
exactly.
That's I can't sing that in public. Like, what am I singing? That is abusive behavior.
And especially in Jamaica, it's
And what I
allowed.
don't like is the fact that they keep referring to woman as though you're my slut and so on. Like, sir, no, no,
And
no.
what made these men believe? This is the funny part. They think when a girl goes ill, that's disgusting, and they say, "Stop lying, So here's a question: in these men's mind, this is how they see women.
It's
They
very
don't
obvious.
ask. They don't ask the girl, "Are you like that?" They're like, they see you as that. Every woman that's walking in the street. So you'll hear guys like, "Every woman is slut." Then you say, "Even your mother," and some of them are so brazen and hurt. They're like, "Even their mother." And it's like, damn, who hurt you? Because clearly that can't be the case. Like, who hurt you? But I bring this up all to say this, right? As bad as the men are, and they use these unwritten rules to gatekeep women from making headway into the industry, who would you prefer to work with in terms of gatekeepers? The men or the women? The women of
Women,
the industry. Who is
women.
worse? The men's worse?
I'd rather work with women because they're not gonna try to get in your holes.
Whoa.
All right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
hard. That's hard
But
because most women, a lot of women are jealous of other women.
that's what I was
Yeah, they
just gonna
don't. They're
say.
not for
They will
women. They're women
sabotage
are
you.
not for women.
But they won't
It's a
roof you and
competition.
then
It's
video
a
you
competition.
while they're assaulting you and use that
The thing
video as
with that
blackmail.
bonus,
I'll
in
be
a sense, is that some women would actually rather where that is because it can be kept in the dark. Whereas where some women are literally sabotaging your entire career.
Career. Yeah.
right. I mean,
It's
like,
not, you know who that really affects? People who will not beat someone's ass. You see, the more
Sometimes
willing
people
you
gotta
are
fuck
to
around and
beat
find out,
some,
right?
yes, if you're
Yeah,
willing to beat somebody ass, really,
like
when you fuck
No, because
themselves,
look
I
at,
keep
oh,
hearing
for
men be like,
example,
"Oh yeah, I love how women are always for women," but in truth and in fact, women are
that's
not
not
for women
not
because they will set you up. Honestly, even though I keep on hearing about what men do to women, trust me, sometimes there's actually a woman behind that man that told him
that
to
is
go and be like,
telling.
"Oh yeah, there's this girl out there that I want you to
and you
deal
know
with
what?
for me."
I've met
Trust
Yeah,
women that
me.
are that terrible.
There
I ain't gonna
was
lie.
I'm gonna put
Cardi
lots of
B.
tips
that
in on the
makes
For
sense.
those
phone.
who watch Love and Hip
Look
Hop,
at Cardi B
right?
and Nicki. Cardi B
I
looked up
peeked a little bit
to
because I was
her.
told to not watch it, but just fast enough. So
Yeah.
when I watched Cardi and how she got into music, coming from Love and Hip Hop, and how she was open and she was a stripper and she did what she had to do, and now she wants to get into music, and all of these producers that would try to take advantage of her, knowing that she know where she's coming from and where she's trying to get out of. And I like her run. Say what you want about her. I like her raunchiness. She will clap a bitch. And man, like one I remember one episode her man at the time was in jail. And she's like, I rather go with a girl. I will go with a girl for time. I don't want no penis around me. Like if I'm not here for the music, I'm out. I'm not into none of that. You're not put me no problem until this one producer, I remember what his name was, but he wanted to work with her, and she being open to it and trying to facilitate and all that. The dude tried to kiss her, and he's like, "Yo, what you doing?" And then the dude girlfriend, the producer's girlfriend, saw, and then the producer's girlfriend wanted to fight Cardi. But Cardi's like, "Yo, my man is in jail. I don't
I
want your
remember that
man. I came here to
episode.
work, unlike you, bitch." And then fight, fight, fight. So yeah, you do have women who are not for women in this scene, and
Yeah,
the men
Yeah.
are just they're both fighting over me.
yeah.
Little dog shit.
Me personally,
That's the
I
worst.
rather deal with me being a much older woman now. Now, if this was younger me, then you know what? No, even if this was younger me, I would still probably want to deal with the dudes than the women. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, e- even me growing up, I literally had male friends and female friends because these the girls I knew literally went around and told lies. Like the male friends that I had, I would think that it would be them that would be like, "Oh yeah, I used to Zuri and so and so." No, you know who spread rumors like those? The girls who I would usually
The
just say
girls.
hi to, thinking that I'm friends with them, and so they're the ones who spread the friggin' rumor. Why? It's either because they like the dude or whatever. And I'm like,
Bro, it's mental
why
illness.
you gonna do shit like
You
that
ever blow
now?
a girl ear bake a girl muffins, fix a girl a clothes, and she spread rumors about you say you have AIDS.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so
I
It's
remember I
definitely
almost got in a
like
fight once when I was in high school because this girl was just like, for those who know, my mother has 6 kids. And this girl decided to look at me and be like, "Oh, your mom is a whore. You gonna turn out just like her? Cause
Does she still
you
have
already
teeth?
rub crackers when one
Do you
eat
know
a
her
month."
address?
Does she
And
still
you,
have teeth?
if she still
Is
have
she
teeth,
drinking her food?
hold on now, hold on. And this was in the JUTC bus, by the way. And you know how she even started this conversation? Because the guy that she liked me. I don't like this dude doing that. This dude knows I don't like him. But we are still friends. And so she decided to be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be a whore like your mom. Your mom has 6 kids, blah blah blah." Mind you, my mom has only slept with 3 men in her entire life. And I can vouch for that because my mom don't like people, you know.
well, I
what
will
can I
say that.
can
And
I
Oh
make a
yeah,
point
no, go
before
on.
you say anything,
Yeah.
Trevor's? Um what I will say is when you have a group of girls that actually is able to work with each other and be in harmony, it's like the rarest thing. It's the rarest thing. But when you do have it, treasure that, because and the thing is that these guys don't friendships with guys don't ne- are not like relationships, platonic or otherwise, with people is garbage. Okay, for the most part it's garbage. It's hard to find quality people in general, right? But when you're able to find a group of women that you can actually work with and actually be around, it's the greatest gift. Unfortunately, that is few and far between. So it seems in most of our cases we've had, male friends, or at least socialized with males in that particular sense. Even in my case,
yeah,
like, I don't really business, I've never like sought out a particular gender for a friendship, but most of the time, when it comes to women, they, I would say, are, I guess, they feel out, maybe they don't like that I'm taking the attention away from them, so because of that they are vindictive towards me. That's what I have experienced over the years. But yeah, it's usually an attention thing, or like a or yeah, it's usually an attention thing, quite frankly.
it really is.
Yeah.
Well, despite all of that, I will say this: you guys have some great points when it comes to women and whatnot and men. But the
Oh,
truth,
now for your answer, she went home without a patch of hair.
oh,
Nice.
Okay, we
10
take
out of
those.
10.
so um, as bad as it is with both sides, honestly, men are worse. I'll
Because they
explain.
take it to the physical levels, yes, they're worse,
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
no, it's worse than that. Whether you know it or not, both sides are going to do you dirty because it's a people thing.
Yeah, it's a
But
human thing.
men have the power. Men lead, and 9 times out of 10, it's the women that are behaving that way is because the men are manipulating them to do so. Because if you have a bunch of girls and they have a man who's a good man, that's when the group works. It's always so if the man is poisoned, you can have a good man and a bunch of catty girls, but it will work
Mhm.
because there's a form of
Mhm.
order. As bad as the girls are, the man doesn't get involved in the middle of it. His job is to balance it and make it work between all of them, even if they don't like each other. But if you have an
Actually.
asshole
Mhm.
of a man and a bunch of good girls, the asshole man will poison the girls. That asshole man will poison the girls. He'll poison the whole well. But if you have a good man and poison girls, the good man can clean the well. So, whose fault is it? The manager. Whoever's
Where is
leading
this
is
well analogy coming from?
period. If you look at any feat, Blackpink, Look at Blackpink, for example. Blackpink's run by men in the background.
A
And all of
mixture, but yeah.
well, a mixture, but all of the girls, the artists, they have their own boyfriends. The men are not trying to the Blackpink girls. Their only concern is money. The benefit of the group moving forward. So they don't give a shit about any of that. So they're like, I don't give a shit about Lisa. Man, I got my own girl. I got my own money.
I got my wife.
I got my right. So, and there's other groups. It's not just that, but when you have, I'm not saying that the girls aren't as bad. The point I'm making is you have to look at where the source and the center of power is at, and ultimately the source and the center of the power comes from the men. Zuri mentioned it herself. No, I forgot who mentioned it. Where it's like you have guys who send girls to go sabotage you. Sometimes the girl don't even want to. Sometimes the girl's like, I hate that bitch, but I don't give a fuck. I ain't got time for this shit. And then a man puts the battery in her back because you know why? The guy couldn't have sex with the girl. So now you're gonna gas up this girl to go ruin the other girl for no reason. Absolutely no reason. Because the guy couldn't get any fun. You know how many men send girls to go recruit girls for sex trafficking, orgies, and all types of shit? It's how many times are like, yo, I want that girl to come to this party, but I can't ask her because I don't think she trusts me. But she's cool with you. Why did
Yeah,
you
it's
ask her?
also been casualized. It's been casualized in the sense where you have some males who will go up to their female friend and be like, oh, you know, have a friend, forgive me.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
No, I don't.
The gas
I don't. Like, I have people in my DMs literally being like, oh, you can't give me Nyla or Neko. Who am I supposed to give them to you, sir?
Oh, well,
Huh?
I'm sure Neko has those, but she doesn't answer them. And now definitely have those. And
No, I don't answer them, but in my head, I'm literally like,
now
what the
does.
hell do you mean?
Now literally says, excuse me, sir, my occupation is content producing. I'm not into sex trafficking. That's it.
I just block on sites. I don't have time to entertain any conversation. I just block.
Because it's ridiculous that they think that. So with that being, the reason why I said it's the men ultimately, women are bad, but I believe that if you remove the men out of the picture with the women won't be as bad. They'll be bad, but just not as bad. But as long as men are involved in the picture and the men are bad, they poison the whole well. And I use that. Imagine me. Let me give an example. One moment. I have to find someone disposable. Who's a disposable person?
While you think about that thought, I'm gonna just say this real quick. So to touch back what Neko said. So group of girls. So for me, growing up, tomboyish, playing like I've always been around guys, dudes. I naturally get I naturally get along better with the opposite sex than I do with most women, especially because like, you know, I never really grew up girly girl. It's now that, you know, I'm really blossomed into, you know, the girly
Your
right?
femininity.
In my femininity, right? So if it isn't the Valkyries, if it isn't my sister-in-law, if it isn't like my one-off friends that I actually got along with in school, and that's usually other women that have the same type of characteristics as me, that was not prissy, not as catty. That's not. Don't get me wrong. All women gossip. All women talk shit. But there's different levels of that. And for me to be around women who just think either they think they're better than you, or oh, I'm better than you because I dress better, or because like even in school, I hated those bitches. I hated them with a passion. And I'm sitting here like, yo, if anybody you need to be cool with would be me, because I'm cool with the dudes. I'm hearing all the boy talk, And I know that your man is cheating on you with X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, you
Oof.
know what? I ain't gonna tell you that shit though because you a bitch. So for me, my personal experiences, I work better with dudes. I
Mhm.
work better with dudes than I do women that's outside the Valkyrie. That or you have to have like similar personality like me, which is like cool, calm, collected, chill, not on some, you know, typical, I would say typical woman shit. And that's weird coming from somebody like me because I'm a woman, but you just know how just some women are. It's just like, bruh, if I was a man, I wouldn't want to deal with that shit.
Well, that's true as shit.
I'm like,
That is
bruh,
so true.
I
These are,
can't.
so let me, with everything that's being said, watch this now. Here comes a bonus question. One moment.
Bonus
Oh
question.
Jesus.
Yes, because there's a question that goes with it. Quote, the Valkyries are talented and are able to produce quality videos. Why don't the Valkyries get into the music industry and the business? Here you go, people. Set up.
I have an answer, but I'm waiting. I want somebody else to go before me.
No, Nico, go on. Nobody
That's
else can
that's
answer this
crazy.
one.
Wow.
Go.
Okay.
Come, Nico.
All right. Fine.
Come
I
on.
will start off this one, and I don't have anything negative to say on this one. The point. It's just a matter of time, because the Valkyries in general, all of the members have some type of talent, or have something they're into, or have something they can do. Right? You have singers, you have dancers, and whatever.
Because we have
So
our songbird.
right, we have our songbird, and we have our songbird, and a couple of us have a talent, or we've noticed we have some level of talent in singing, rapping, etc., and dancing, performing in general, right? So it's not a matter of why not; it's a matter of when, right? Because it's more than possible, right? Any project we've already shown that the Valkyries can produce a quality music video. We don't necessarily have to have a big production behind it. Case in point, that one contest we had entered, right? Um,
Jury,
we
why
have
are you
all of
laughing?
the I'm still continuing, right?
Jury.
So that's one, right? Two, in terms of
Why?
Kwanai and I, well, we've done a singing and dance performance before. In order to improve in that area, I do suggest if we do get into that on a like if we do dabble in making our own music, that we get vocal training and stuff, just to make sure all the bases are covered for live performances, then yeah, I totally see it happening. um it's just for us to put our minds to it and get it done. I think we do have a talented enough team of or group of girls that we can break into that, and we already have a foothold in media and pop entertainment. So since we are a gaming group, and we have expanded into pop entertainment in general, into modern pop entertainment in general, it's not unusual or weird to think that we would have come out with a one song, right? Or more.
A
It's
theme
just a
song,
matter
guys.
of when, and if we decide to actually dedicate the time to said project. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't think any of
I,
us could have said it better.
I was gonna say that too, Neko, but you put it more poetically than what I would
Yeah,
have said.
like she
Like,
gave the
Yes.
details and
yeah,
so on. I'm like, yeah.
like I feel like the Valkyries are already there. It's just more so, with our busy
When?
schedules. Like,
The
all right,
time
you guys,
and the
after
schedule,
we
yeah,
get through
definitely.
doing this over here, this over here, this over here, why don't we just focus on this for now and see what
I don't
happens?
see why not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does, like, maybe I
Mm-hmm.
would, like, as I said, we don't necessarily have to do a complete conversion and not do anything else, because clearly we've done dances, we've done this, we've done that. Clearly we dabble in different things. This is not to say that the Valkyries will be only
Yeah,
in music or whatever. No, this will be the same shit,
it's probably
essentially.
just like a
Mm-hmm.
one or two music and,
Yeah.
You know
make
what?
that song make money.
That just gave me an idea. I just got an idea right as that was happening. So AMP, right? those of you that may or not be familiar with AMP, every year they do what's called an AMP cipher. So what would be the Valkyries could do once a year a big or not big, well, you know, we can do our own music video and see how people react to that. And
Well,
if
actually, that actually
I
happened.
mean,
That
I mean,
happened. That happened last year. There was a contest that the Valkyries were invited to create an actual. Let Neko explain. No,
Alright,
okay.
so-
Let somebody explain it.
All right, so there was a contest to do a K-pop music video. It was a K-pop music video challenge. Basically, you take a K-pop song and you create a music video concept around that song. So you'd have like scenes doing dance. Like, what does a K-pop music video typically have? It's high quality. It has dancing in there. It has glamour shots. You know, it has lip syncing. You know, because it's a music video, right? Basically, if you were to create a music video based on a K-pop song, what would it look like? So the Valkyries did that. We did that last year, and the reception was very good on that.
so I would say just keep that going each and every year. Like you know, like I said, we ain't gotta do it like, well, it just depends on the schedule, because I know our schedule changes on the fly.
Mhm.
every second, every day, every week, oh my God, somebody invited us to do X, Y, and Z. Now we gotta go do X, Y, and Z, right? So which is the reason why I said, you know, do it like
What time
once
will
a
allow?
year. Do it once a year.
Yeah, it's like have a
And
season
then
for it.
and then if that's something that we want to just go full on music group after that, then hey, I believe we can achieve it, because we have multiple singers. You know, I can hold a tune. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I got to do is get my ass down there to y'all, and I'll be your favorite background dancer. Look, I'm gonna be your Misty to the Elliott, okay?
Yeah, I think a good example. Well, mind you, this is okay. So just small example. Even though this is for a group that started out as a music group, right? Blackpink is a big K-pop group, and they got big
yeah.
through K-pop, right? But they're also big in fashion. You know what I mean? They have
Yes.
collaborations in
Ooh,
music,
yes,
in
that's true.
video games and stuff. So they're a K-pop group that expanded into other areas, but their focus is music. With the Valkyries, we're a gaming group that expanded into other things. So if we do dabble in music one day and it goes off, yeah, we'll probably etch out a decent amount of time in our schedule to that if it's successful. But even so, we'll just do it because why not? Creating and, just creating and being creative, there's no limits to that. And if you have a talent and you want to express it in a particular area, then why not go ahead and give it a shot? So if we do dabble in music, it's not necessarily going to stop anything else. We're still going to do
Right.
other things. It's just it might take up a certain amount of time. That's all.
The
And for
beauty
all
of the
those out there
Valkyries.
who are like, oh, the Valkyries are too enough, well, guess what? Sucks to be you. We're talented. Go
Well,
with the
I
number
was literally
five.
about to touch on that. The Valkyries being as multi-talented and multifaceted, it would only make sense, since we are in performances, to drop a one song. I mean, Kwanai has a number
Like,
of
if
dropped
you don't want
songs out there,
professional work
and I think
done,
it's
don't
not a why
invite
not,
the
as was
Valkyries.
already said. It's a when, because everything literally is a process. And
Yeah.
especially if we want, it doesn't just drop a song to say that we did it, but the next thing is to say, if we want to do this like on a bigger level, I'm sure I am no music head. I think Konai would have more experience in this than I have. But I'm sure there's a lot of steps to do to make sure that what you put out is quality, as with other things that we have already done. So it's not like we don't have the talent. It's also funding,
Everyone in
resources.
the group
It's
serves
also
their
very much
own
that, because the
purpose.
Valkyries
Everyone
is
has
a
a talent.
community funded organization, but it's not hard. It's not hard. And the fact that we're already doing so much right now, It's a matter of time and we done breeze off. We're supposed to breeze off. The tour is over.
Like take up our next side quest
Yeah,
essentially.
man, let's put one song out there and mad the people then.
So
We have the main quest and we can do a little side quest.
Side quest.
So we're gonna see a VOA LP in the fall. Is that what we're talking about?
No, that's not what we're saying.
Mixtape coming
Drop
out
a single.
2028.
Drop a single right now.
Single right now.
Not right now.
I see.
Drop
I
a
see.
single.
I see. Quarter 3, 2025. Because after the In the Caribbean tour, and everybody gets back in September, in those 4 months, yeah, you could do some. You guys could do some stuff where you put some of the small pieces together to get it ready, and then start working on it quarter 3, and then because remember this is your first thing. Remember what Kwanai did with Side Chick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did that relatively fast.
Yeah, she did that fast. That's what I'm saying. Like with Quana, if like Quanai, for example, right?
I think I'm dying.
Like that's her thing, singing, rapping. Because I've heard her do both, and it would be nothing for her because like she know all of our personalities, right? That would be nothing for her to write our parts, and we either rap it or sing it, and then
So-
make a music video to it.
So question. Well, the music video, that's actually the easiest part. That's the funny part of it all. The music video is the easy part. It's producing the song. But let me ask you guys a question. Pop, rap, dancehall, reggae.
Take dancehall out of that right now. I'm so sorry.
Or mix.
Why not mix it?
I would like
Mix.
a
thought the
mix.
same thing.
Reggae.
'Cause
Definitely
I
got reggae.
I would like
Neko,
a mix.
Neko, concept photos, Neko.
Then
Yeah,
again,
I
alternate rock.
I
would
already
be
been scheming
something
in
I
that.
want to
Just
go
know
into.
that. I've been
Look,
scheming.
in this
Simple
music
guitar
video,
and singing.
I've been scheming.
whether it's this one that's coming up that we do or in a future one, it needs to be a mix because I need a man to work me out. Okay,
Robin need to broke out people.
that needs to be my thing specifically in this music video.
We say, wow, wind up your waist and
Flip
On the ground.
jump off of
Yeah,
a
man, she can have her section in the
or
yo.
building and land directly on a Jamaican
Y'all
man.
know I produced the last VOA music video, so you know, sir, we have it unlocked, alright? We have it unlocked.
listen, we have to make sure that Nile can get for comfortably do a rifle walk. Cause that Nile loves to go back to that dance.
You girl it too long, man. If I bust a rifle, one of them take it, man. Shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind doing a dance pop track. So
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
pop is always nice.
Dance pop fits the Valkyries best, and then you can mix things in there. You can mix other elements, but that's coming soon. So you know, as what's this guy
Near you.
Ryu said? Now said we know he didn't say that. What was the first thing he says? No, he had said something is I can't even read.
Oh,
Oh,
it's,
I
it's
read
not
it.
even about topping the charts or anything. It's just about putting out a good product and having,
Yeah,
you
just
know.
having a good
Like,
As
Say
I
that
said,
we
guys,
did
this
it.
is this would be just a side quest. Like,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
wrong with
things to
dabbling in
have
any
fun
and
with.
anything, as far as I'm concerned?
Listen, we're all living life and we all should have the opportunity to go on side quests as we play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to say like we're doing this to we're gonna be like the next TLC
Number one in the billboards. No,
the
no.
No,
Blackpink
we
or
just
anything
wanna-
of that nature.
That would
like,
be
trying to
cool,
do
though.
that
We want to
professionally,
explore our creativity.
consistently. Like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like because like I said and what Neko said, we're already doing that. We started it with Just Dance. They had the contest last year, so it's just like we're kind of already doing it with Just Dance, and then like with other, doing covers of K-pop and putting our own choreography to the words.
And as
Someone's
usual,
favorite type of
Zuri's
music?
gonna hide from the camera.
You know, I get
Um,
you. I'm sorry. Yo, it's 2025. But don't tell you said 2025 is the year
Listen,
that you are going in front of the
listen.
camera now.
Guys,
Hold
I
on.
really
I
want to
can
know.
design. Nasa and I can design clothes. Okay.
Yeah, go get a one scene, you know. Trust and believe.
People,
Yeah.
what is everyone's favorite type of music?
Oh,
Trap. I'm sorry.
Hip hop and R&B.
I love me a good
Mm,
R&B.
I
I
like
love me a good
I
R&B
like
song.
And
R&B.
Oldies also
Definitely
all the
All
time.
the
these,
slow
yes.
Besides
jams.
that
The
trap.
slow jams.
and
Slow
Nico.
jams.
Not trap. I
I'm
don't
kind of
like
a bit
trap.
of a mixed bag here.
Yeah, I'm a mix. Listen, if the song is good and the song is a vibe, I'm a listen. I love country. I
Facts.
love heavy metal. I love hip hop. I love rock. Listen, I love every music that exists, like every genre. It's just that if the music is good, the music is good. But I do
Yeah,
love me a good
I
oldie.
agree.
I
same. But
love
my
me some disco pop and dance pop, I must
Yes,
say.
this.
Disco pop is I
Ooh,
love
I
disco
do
I
pop.
love
also love
disco.
jazz. Jazz music is
I
nice.
love
It's
jazz. I love
ooh.
jazz and classical.
I don't know what type of music Gorillaz is, but their entire discography is. I love them. I love the alternate style. I love the mixture, everything that they do. So,
Okay,
yep.
they
it looks like I'm a R&B. Like there's a particular artist I've been listening to a lot, and I didn't know which specific genre he was under, but apparently it's dark R&B. So apparently I'm into that.
yeah. So
Mm.
like
Dark R&B.
all
Yes.
different. I love all different types of music, but I would
Silas
say
R&B.
Yes, shut up. Anybody here listen to Chris Gray?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yes, I
Yes.
listen to
Yeah,
I
his,
hear
his
Chris
entire
Gray.
discography, right?
Yup.
Yeah, right there.
yeah. Like I like all types of music, but I would definitely say my top three is hip hop, R&B, and like I would say club music. Like anything that get me up and dancing.
White
Mm.
music. Sorry, let me not say white music. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Get to that.
It's not
Rod
allowed.
just got the fuck off.
No, when I
You need
was
to be stopped.
Oh,
listen,
You
when
need to
I
be
was
stopped.
younger, I literally thought that when I was able to go to clubs, when I got of age, I would be able to hear my nice little songs and so on. And no, I'm just like, it's just best I stay home where I can just listen to that music on my own because they're not playing my white girl music in the clubs anymore.
so
I do
dance
love some
pop,
white people music.
EDM,
Yo, when
right?
Kesha used to
EDM.
get down. Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh
Like,
my
And
god.
I
god, I
guess
like,
want
for
to
me,
go to
dark
listen,
EDM
R&B.
rave
I would
so
love to
bad.
go to the clubs and hear a good Rihanna playing. Come, Mr. DJ, jump on the. What?
That's her
No,
first
do
song.
not play.
On the Replay was her first song. Like they don't do that no more. They barely
You
play
ever seen that Terry
the
Crews video
oldies.
where he has the whistle and he's beep, 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 beep? I
Yes.
want to go to one of those
Oh,
raves.
Oh yeah, like the
Yeah.
raves. Yeah, the raves are dope. But I think I like raves more when it comes to yeah. So y'all have
Oh,
to
another
eventually
genre that I love
yeah.
is Afrobeats. Afrobeats is
oh yeah.
nice.
Afrobeats are good.
So
Yeah,
for a
I have
rave,
that
right?
before. Hmm.
Yeah.
You would have to come down to the states
Yeah,
down here
that's
where
that's
I'm at
that's the only
to
thing. I realize I
experience.
have to go to the States for the kind of parties I want to attend. Cause what you mean?
You would have to come down here to the states to experience an anime convention rave. I think y'all will enjoy it.
That would be
You know,
lovely.
funnily enough, I haven't been to one up here as yet. I feel so sad.
Really?
What
I
is you
promise
doing?
you.
You know, there's
You-
supposed to be a Valentine's
School.
Day rave. I'm wondering if they're keeping it this year. It's called Submit. It's like my favorite thing to go. I hope they're keeping it. Let me check my Instagram.
Submit. That's
Also,
the
I
new
don't
one.
mind soca. I just don't listen to
Submit.
it all the time. I like it in a
Yeah.
party
Sounds
scenario.
sounds
Mm.
interesting.
I've never been to Carnival. This year,
Oh,
finally,
I've
I'll
never
be
been
to
to
Carnival
carnival
with you
either. Oh
guys.
wait, no, that's a lie.
Yeah, we are.
That's a
I
lie.
love the energy of soca
You
music
finna
in a
be
party.
coming to Carnival this year, Nancy. You have no choice.
Oh damn, when?
Hey,
Oof.
I make sure
All
I'm gonna
right.
start
By
sleep
the
from
hook or the
now.
crook.
Let me. It's
You
2
going
hours
now?
flew by that fast. Let me move into the final topic of the night.
Is that
This
Silas?
RV.
I don't know why.
So now, last topic, all right? And this is
Okay.
I don't want anyone who's watching this to take this as a flex. It's not a flex. It's actually more for you guys in the community. And the question was brought up to try to get, and this is where I want to get the viewers' input as well as you guys' opinions on it, because we have an opportunity to service the community. So with that out of the way, let's get to this question here. With E Plus TV as the new home for the Valkyries, what scenes should the Valkyries cover and put on television? Local television in Jamaica, by the way. Well, actually, Yes, local cable. Yeah. So now that the community, so let me rephrase this question so everyone has a full context. The pop scene, the modern pop scene, or even the old pop
Oh.
scene in Jamaica, always wanted to get on television with some of the things that they got going on. But one of the biggest issues, just to give some examples, like anime and video games and alternative music outside of Jamaica. But in order to get on television, you have to pay. The scenes could not afford it. Let's just put it like that. Maybe if you were lucky and you got sponsored, you'd probably get a 1, 5, or 8 minute feature for the year, right? And you'd have to be a part of an organization large enough to get one of the television stations to commit to saying, okay, we'll give you coverage. And then even when they do that, they try to make fun of you in doing so, which is crazy. But now the community has, let's look at the Valkyries as ambassadors, right? So the anime community, the K-pop community, the cosplay community, the gaming community, all these different next gen or modern gen people in pop have ambassadors that is willing to represent or help create content that they can get on television. So I want to know what you guys think, the panel here, and what some of the people in the what's the word for this thing here, in our chat thinks. Yeah, well, no, just because this only affects Jamaica. When the Valkyries decide to go on the inner Caribbean tour, like when they go to Barbados and they go to Trinidad, they'll have access to television there, but it's a one-off because it's only for during the time that they're in that country, and it's to talk pretty much about anime and cosplay, as what we did with Barbados last year. But for Jamaica, now the Valkyries can produce. The Valkyries actually can produce content, and they're having a relationship with E Plus TV to produce the content, and then E Plus TV hosts it on their television show, and it's showed on 2 different channels.
Trackwise, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you mean outside of, the usual content of gaming, anime, K-pop, or whatever the case may be? Do you mean outside of that type of content? Like what new content? Is that what you're asking?
That's what we're gonna do. That obviously gaming and all the anime and stuff like that. But what else? Is there any?
I have one.
Oh, I have.
It's
I have like 2.
One thing that's very.
Hold on. Let's go. Let Mal go first. Go on.
One thing that I don't see a lot of is the it's not blocked to one. I know there's K-pop, there's anime, there's cosplay, all of it. One thing that's not really talked about enough in these scenes is the creatives in the scene, like people who can make stuff. Like people usually just know a friend of a friend that know that they probably can make something. But if there was something that would set the spotlight on people who can create, that is very. Anybody can follow a trend, but when they can create something out of nothing, then that's a very nice skill to have. And there, for example, I know that Nasta says a seamstress and Zuri crochets. She freaking bullied me, but we're not gonna get into that.
I was gonna touch on that.
There is a dude from who we met at Anime Confest, and his specialty is making cosplay weapons. And that
I believe he made the show for Turtles cosplay last year.
Order it or some other shit to get it. Like knowing someone who can make something exactly like off the manga, off the anime type shit is very hard to find. So if there was like a feature like once a week that would focus on the creators in the different scene, that would give it so much exposure because that can really put an eye into the different entrepreneurs in the scene.
Yeah, because there are some characters that you would probably want to cosplay and you can't find the pieces online, or even if you do, it's not up to a certain standard.
Or it's just too expensive.
Yeah, that too. Very expensive. Because in reality, I would really like some nice translucent fairy wings. And you know how much people charging for that online? Some mad 600 USD. And I'm just like, huh?
How much would you pay for those?
Okay, in reality, yes, the work that people put in is it deserves to be
Don't
paid.
worry about that. How
But
much I want to pay for the fairy
I
wing?
would pay as much as 15,000 JMD for a
What?
nice pair of wings.
You know how
That
much the
is how
wire
much I would
cost?
actually pay.
Alright.
No, I don't. I don't. I actually don't.
I have made a pair of those already.
So you also want to take into consideration, Zuri, like how much time it took you to make such things, the materials that you had to get together to make it. You got to factor all that in, which is ultimately why you would charge what you would charge. And that's not just for cosplay, that's for anything that you make.
Make, yeah,
Uh,
the work you put into it.
exactly. But really quickly though,
Hmm.
Yeah,
before
I
we
know, cause I crochet as well, and crochet takes a lot of time, especially depending on what you make
Why?
and materials cost. So I do
I'm
know that you
glad
would have to
Nile
pay
touched on this though.
a good money to get good quality stuff. But honestly, some of us are actually really broke, and we would still like good quality stuff. So it's good to know of persons out there who still do really good quality stuff, and it's still within a
And it's
certain budget.
affordable. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like
good luck with
honestly.
that, because as an artist, as a creative,
yeah.
a wise man once told me, know your worth. Don't settle for Chinese food money.
Yeah, that's
We
true
said don't settle
too.
for Chinese food.
Oof.
The admin knows the reference.
Yeah, I'm the one that said
Oh,
it. A lot of people like settling for Chinese food money.
But anywho, really quick, I want to just get this out. So for me, who is someone who is outside of the E Plus TV, but I could probably catch it on, streams, or if it's recorded and re-uploaded to YouTube. What I would like to see is, because now brought it up, and I was like, that was one of the things I was thinking about too, was like more touching more on the artistic and the people that can actually build things with their hands. It would be cool if the Valkyries could do like a segment, just not only with that, but let's say those of us like me who might be ignorant to, you know, the up and coming or the next vibes cartels, like could be a segment like what was similar to what we have in the US with Tigger when he did the basement. And
Oh, I
basically,
like MTV Cribs.
or MTV Cribs,
Yeah.
or even like a cooking show, because I would want to know more about the food, the lifestyle.
You know that girl who grew up cooking with Tyler?
Mhm.
Kayla.
Kaya.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Kaya.
sorry, whatever her name is. Cooking with Kaya.
Yes.
She
So that
grew
that
up
that
for
would be
cooking.
something that I would
Yeah.
like to see, the Valkyries do, specifically, the ones that are in Jamaica. I would want to see that so I can go back and be like, or, are y'all doing your own cooking show showing us how to make these delicious foods so I can go on
Oh, that would be
Niles.
Amazon and be
cool.
like,
Niles, the
how much
baking
I
show.
gotta pay
Niles, the
for the
baking show.
Yes,
Yeah, like when it's
I want
like
to see that.
baking, like me can I don't know how to bake.
Oh my gosh.
I would say like it would be cool to have oh, how did I do that? Okay, so it'd be cool to have a segment that about trying different snacks and stuff.
Easy snacks that you can make, like 15-minute
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
And for
Or
music, I
15,
think
I
we
would say
should do
15 to
like the
30.
open mic events, like the
15 to
alternate
30
rock bands
minutes.
in Jamaica. I invited Niles and to the next event, March 22nd. I think we all should go there. Iron Kite's gonna play. I don't know if you know that Jamaican band. They do alternate rock music. No,
Well,
Iron
We'd
Kite.
have to see. I,
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't engage with
If they
the
can
scene here,
coordinate.
so I wouldn't
I've
really
heard
know.
of them. I've
I,
heard of them.
you're
they're
speaking
really
Greek right
really
now.
nice. Really, the midnight thing I told you about on March 22nd that you
Oh
said you're
yeah, I've
gonna
heard.
go.
I saw a flyer about that event.
Yeah, that's we should
My
definitely
memory is
cover.
ours. May possibly did for sure.
There's
Wow.
we got some comments in here. I don't want these comments to scroll too far, but we lose. So we have Yuri and we have Jay in the room, and they were talking. One of the things was in order to do some of these things, it's going to cost money, and some will, but some won't, because of our resources and our abilities to go. The thing that costs the most money is production. It's always production. But the Valkyries has a production team that can get half that cut off. But more importantly, Yuri said you guys can do segments on food and travel, explore Korean, Japanese, and gaming anime inspired foods, plus travel blogs and conventions or cultural hotspots. Now, here's the thing with that. Half that's already a given, which is what Marcy's talking about. The whole gaming and anime thing, and plus the travel, that's a given. The Valkyries are gonna, we'd have to do that as content. But that thing, the Korean and Japanese food, I'm letting y'all know right now, there is a segment on E Plus TV coming out. We are going to east. It's going to happen. We want Thai food, Korean food, the different restaurants in Jamaica, outside of the traditional restaurants in Jamaica.
And African food.
And it
You know
doesn't
how
even
long
have to
I
be
said I want
just
some
like
jollof
Asian.
and
It could be
I want some
European
fufu
style.
and egusi
It should be
soup.
everything.
I want to try that so
European,
bad. That's my
rice.
personal
African.
request. Cause goddamn.
There's an African restaurant. Yes, this is true. There's an African restaurant in Jamaica. So last year we had an entire TV slot that we wanted to go. It's called Spots.
Make sure it's the Indian cuisine depend that too, you know.
That's everything.
Alright.
So the whole point, you need to try out all
That
the
falls
different
under
foods.
Asian or
Um,
That's
no,
how you,
Asian.
that's how you expand
Asian
your
cuisine.
palate,
so
trying out different foods that you never would think to try. Because, and also too, you also gotta understand, it's good to do that because most people will live and die in the same state or country that they live in, and they will never travel.
yeah, sadly, and they don't get it. So
And a
food,
lot of it could be because they don't have the money to, or
I mean, how do y'all feel about trying alligator meat for those who
Not a
haven't? I
blood.
mean,
Oh my
crocodile
God.
meat.
Yup.
no thanks.
Oh
I'm
wait,
about to come
you
off
know,
fish.
the funniest thing? I kind of wanted to say something, but
Go on.
I want to expound on what Nile was saying about the creative stuff because actually, this is something I created. Like, I love making jewelry, and so I was
Ah,
thinking like
Crafting.
I had a couple of samples that I made, and it's like I'm like, yeah, that would be something really cool to show off the craft. So I was really happy she said that. But something I also wanted to add was skincare. And I saw that you guys were like
oh, like the
promoting, I don't know
fancy
if I
fancy.
should say the brand, but promoting a type of cosmetic
Makeup.
line.
What do you mean fancy?
You can say it.
fancy beauty. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it's
You can
copyright.
look. You
Just
can
I
say
just
it.
cautious. So
You can say it. We've been pushing
yeah,
it.
like, okay, good. So like I'm like, yeah, that would be really good if you can like express more on skincare because not a lot of people know how to take care of themselves.
Here's
It'd be
something.
really educational,
Here's something
really
funny.
cool.
The television stations of Jamaica, for the most part, there are so many different cultural events that take place, especially down. What's that name of that place by the harbor? Kingston Walk, where you go art walk.
Art walk.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There are so many things that goes on, not just art walk, but all over Jamaica. And sadly, the problem with television, traditional television, it's more.
Mainstream stuff.
I'm talking about in Jamaica, so I can't speak about outside Jamaica. But Jamaica television, as someone who lived most of his life in America, I'm gonna tell you when I watch Jamaican television, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is with Jamaican television. Outside of the daytime talk shows, which the daytime talk shows, instead of going out and getting the content, they bring the content onto their platform, which is good. That's just as good. So no, not
What
shout outs
was
to
it?
Smile Jamaica and Daytime TV and what's the other
Daytime
one?
Live, yeah.
Daytime Live, and what's the one for Sunrise and all that. So CBM and TVJ, their talk shows or their daytime shows or whatever, they do the job. But outside of them, the rest of Jamaican TV is garbage. And the reason
It's
why
the same stuff.
the reason why it's garbage, it's not that it's the same stuff. It isn't even Jamaican. They import a lot of content. That's the problem. So a lot of the in the earlier years when Jamaica television started, the television station would go out into the community and get the cultural things that's going on in the community and put it on television. But once these television networks became big and they became corporate commercial, they went away from that, and now they import the content from out of Jamaica for you to consume, while smaller networks export the cultural local content outside of Jamaica, which is reverse. It shouldn't even be that way. That's just so stupid. So, but I believe that Valkyries have a great opportunity to be able to bring in sponsors and create a network of producers that can produce this content and turn E Plus TV into, as you guys said in your commercial that you do, Jamaica is evolving and so is television. E Plus TV has the ability because it works with the people on the ground floor.
And you don't really see them. You
Yeah.
don't really see that.
No, corporate television in Jamaica have no interest in working with people on the ground floor.
But they want those same ground people to spend money.
Yeah, of course, which makes no sense. So here's an opportunity. The good news is if you guys are going to do what you're going to do for the television commercial, like how you guys say you're going to do it, then what will, oh man, you guys will put a fire under corporate television Jamaica's ass, because what you guys cover will relate to this entire new generation that they can't grab. They can't grab them because they're trying to feed them American stuff, and the people in Jamaica's like, we don't care. We only care about what's really going on here in Jamaica. What affects us here in Jamaica? And when you look at the news in Jamaica, if it's not about police fighting gangsters, gang wars in Spanish Town and Tivoli Garden or Trench Town, it's taxi drivers, car accident, getting themselves killed with other people. Flat bridge, how much cars keep falling off a flat bridge? I don't know why they don't fix the goddamn bridge.
They can't, it's cursed.
The fact that they put a camera there and just stop and wait, it's a matter of time.
Yes, it's a matter of time. There's a camera to watch accidents at flat bridge. This is stupid. And I don't want to hear that they can't fix a bridge. That's nonsense. They have a foundation of the bridge. They can widen the bridge. They can widen
That's
the
why I
bridge.
don't like watching
how
news
about-
anymore
how
because
about-
it
No,
has
but a lot
gotten
of
so
people die
depressing.
Then again,
over
I
there,
won't
you
even
know?
say that.
The spirits. It's the spirits.
It's old time. It's
Remember, Obia is real in this country, you know? It's
Well,
real.
Well,
Nobody
see,
just
Obia
never
is very
Obia
much
you.
real.
But
Black
you know that
magic, black
Obia
magic.
originated. I think Obia originated in
I
Haiti.
really don't want to go into that topic and not
Somebody
Yeah,
Obia
that's
try
right.
force him can start
No.
believe.
That's crazy.
No, you'd be surprised of my take on Obia. One, Obia is real, but Obia
Yeah, it
is
is.
not. But
The
Obia
energy,
is
it's
not.
energy around us.
But
Because remember,
it's-
you cannot destroy
But it is
energy. You know?
not what you think. The problem is that the Obia you guys are thinking about is what the Europeans taught you. It is
Nope.
not. Obia doesn't even come from Jamaica. Obia comes from Africa.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know it comes from Africa, and it's not what Europeans think it is.
Yeah, the Europeans.
It's not about
They
Europeans-
mixing
twist their
liquor.
minds against it.
Europeans have y'all believing Obia is something negative. Now, let me say it like this: you have in America, you have traditional old time people, right? Who don't believe in
Yes.
modern science.
Chakras and
No, hold on. They don't believe in modern science, so they don't believe in white men in white suit doctors. They believe that they're demons. But the truth of the matter is that you have
herbs and stuff.
good doctors. No, modern medicine is good, but you also have bad doctors that use modern medicine for wickedness.
For
So
You
bad
have a
Yeah.
few,
yeah.
as Transfer
No,
was
there's a lot
saying,
of
you have a few doctors that that will tell you that yeah, you have this medicine you can take, but for the ones that really, really, really want to help you, and like, yo, there's this herb that does the very same
Yeah,
thing.
they'll
It's in
tell
my
you that.
not
backyard, or I
even
know
just
someone
that.
But
who
they
has it, or
can't.
you
All the
can make
But they're
doctors
yourself,
not.
that
and
They
it
went
will
to
do the
can't.
exact. It might
Africa
take
That's not.
longer, but
poisoned
it'll do the same
African
thing.
people.
They
I've
can't. They're
read
not
a
hold on,
lot of
supposed to. At least.
articles
but hold on.
about people going. Uh,
I
um,
don't mean to cut you, Locus, but because I want to be contextually, I want to be so open that no one mixes up what I'm trying to say. There are modern white people medicine that is actually 100% good for you. There is. It's just not a lot.
I do
It's
not
not a
believe
lot of it.
that.
But hold on. But at the same time, there's a lot of medicine that they make that is bad for you. The same way that is said for the Western European scientific community, Obia people, all they are, you see the word witch doctor? They made that such a negative term. And all a witch doctor is a herbalist. That's it. That is what a witch doctor is. It's a herbalist. That's it.
Herbalist. Yeah.
And there are herbalists that are good and there are herbalists that are bad. People who use herbs and energy for negative purposes. So when Obi-Aman was over here, when the slaves between the Spaniards and the Europeans, and they wanted you to come and use their doctors and not our doctors. So they cast this negative light. Don't talk to the Obi. Here's an example, right? And I don't want to get into this because of Trump is in office. So yeah, you can say stuff now. So right now that nonsense is over. Obi-Aman used to wear onion, garlic,
Orange skin.
what do you call it again? Grapefruit skin, turmeric. They used to put these foods on beads and wear them around their neck. And people are like, why do you wear that? And scientifically now speaking, if you use modern science to explain it, all of those things are anti-inflammatory. They kill all germs around you. It's like having a natural Lysol spray continuously spraying around you without you being affected by Lysol. That was it. And that's what we use that. Okay, in the old time, anyone who has an old grandmother, remember when you used to go into the kitchen with grandma and she'd hang up all the onion rinds and shit like that in the
Mommy
kitchen?
does that right
And
now.
the
I
orange.
still do
Yeah.
that. I still do that.
That is to
Yeah.
keep all
my
of
mom
the
does that.
that keeps all the it disinfects your kitchen. Before we use soap powder or whatever to wash our food, you know what we used to wash our foods with? Lime and lemons.
Yes.
And who came up with those things? Witch doctors, so to speak. But it's just herbalists. But the Europeans made up these negative terms to make us go away from those things so that we can utilize their brand of science. So the point I'm saying is this: I don't believe in Obia. I know of Obia. However, I don't necessarily look at them as negative unless there's good voodooists and there's bad voodooists. That's just the
Good and
reality.
bad and everything.
There's good and bad in everything. But I wanted to put that out there because I don't want the Obia people to get the negative. I hate that negative connotation that goes to Obia, man. It really bothers me. So I want to put I have people coming. You see the guy who like talk to the herbal man, and he was always selling the bitters and the whatever. And people look at them and say, "Don't drink that. That will poison you." But the bitters have kept Jamaican people strong and alive for the last.
It's the reason why we laugh at
years.
these new viruses. Oh, what? COVID? No, man. I'm look at something in the fridge right there and just drink that 2 times for 3 days. We laugh at shit like that.
When Corona came,
all right, so let's move on. Let's move on.
Just
Let us move on. We will not talk about that. Let us move on. Like, there's a reason why.
Right,
that's why I didn't want to go into the Obia thing. So let's move on, right? So you have good and bad in everything. There are good white doctors and there are good black doctors, and there are bad white doctors and there are bad black doctors. You just have to. The best thing to do is educate yourself on what you're taking. Period. And once you do that, everybody's allowed to take what the fuck they want to take, and everybody should mind their motherfucking business. It ain't nobody's business who wants to take what the fuck they want. Let people do what the fuck they want to do. If they feel that they're okay with it, let them take it. A lot of people said, "Oh, if you take the COVID-19 vaccine, you're going to die instantaneously," and some died, some lived. So,
but that's all other stuff.
But that's the point. So it's like the point is, some things work for some, and some things don't work for others. We don't know. Nobody's God. So people should really mind their business and allow people to do their thing. I just don't like the OBM man always getting this negative connotation that they're like some satanic demon going around trying to. That's bullshit.
Okay.
So yeah, with that being said, let's get back to our topic over here. So, with that topic being said, us covering these things, craftsmen, producers, what's the word for this thing here?
Food.
Food is obvious, but what else? Outside of the standard, what else should people cover?
Good camping spots.
Good what?
Nature.
Camping spots.
Content creators.
Whoa!
Ooh, content creators.
So you think that would give people in the scene an opportunity to get on television when they can't afford it? The small content creator, a gem hidden in the scene that no one will mind. It's like the Valkyries. No one mind the Valkyries. The Valkyries had to literally mine itself out of the scene. Out of the scene into the
we are
corporate world.
moles. We dug our way out.
So now, if the Valkyries can put a ladder back down into the barrel that it just came out.
What?
But now, in doing that, do you think that putting a ladder down into the scene, do you think that will ruffle the feathers?
Extending the olive branch.
Everything we do ruffles feathers.
Right. No, but I'm talking about corporate Jamaica.
It will ruffle feathers.
We're already ruffling the feathers of
It will
corporate.
put a fire underneath them ass, as you said, to like, yo, either start piss or get off the pot, bro, because we're not gonna wait.
So does that bother you guys?
No.
No, because
I'm used to it by now.
Right, we're used to this. We ain't new to this. We true to this, right? And it's just one of those things where, like, if corporate television, if these guys was gonna do it, they would have already done it.
That's
controversy. Controversy is free advertising.
And so the biggest thing that can shut anybody up is to just continue to do what we've been doing, which is continue to produce quality content, you know, because I was thinking about that too. Like, and it's so funny that you said that, Neko, because one of the things that I was thinking about was like, yo, let's big up some of the up and coming, you know, get like, so for us, the Valkyries, Empire Arcadia, we have always been grassroots, self-funded, you know. That's not to say that we have not had any help of sponsors, but for the most part, 95% of it has been self-funded, you know, with the other 5% coming from sponsors and people who were, you know, charitable, private, that just wanted to help just on the strength of helping, right? So I feel like with like the ambassadors, that's what we do. We're trend setters. We usually think outside the box, and I feel like once we start it, other people is gonna follow suit. But my thing is, hey, just remember the people who did it first.
With that said, Robin, we're going to end this segment off on some news. So some information was passed to me by Empress now. Only Neko knows, so I'm going to share it with you guys. I want to see what you guys think. So this goes to the K-pop community. This is going to be some news. We want to put it out there so that it can create some noise and cause an avalanche and some ruckus. But the BTS community of Jamaica wants the Valkyries to put a feature on K-pop in Jamaica. What do you guys think about that?
Wait, hold on, wait. My husbandos?
Yeah, BTS. There's a BTS group in Jamaica. Neko can explain who they are because
Oh,
I don't necessarily know that. This is information now. I'm sending. They
Right.
want to work with the Valkyries to do a feature. What was it on?
So it's a collaboration.
The
Is
It's
it? Are
on
they
the
seeking
return of BTS
collaboration?
because this year they're coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Oh,
My
wait,
boys
wait,
are
wait.
coming
So,
back.
wait, so
they
Neko,
know I hear this.
here's my husbandos, yes?
Mm-hmm. They come in. They're finishing their military enlistment this year, so they're gonna come back as a group this year. So
Yeah, in like
the
3 months,
fandom,
all of them will be together.
yeah. So the Jamaican BTS fandom or the Jamaican branch of Army, they wanna collaborate with the Valkyries to put a feature on TV about it.
So
I'm
that
so happy.
so the Valkyries obviously said yes. They'll help them
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
But I believe that once the Valkyries do that, they should now to like go out to other different scenes within Jamaica that's like that and do the same for them. And I believe television will actually have a huge um well E plus TV. I don't know about the other guys, so maybe that can help E plus TV get onto one of the bigger networks. Who knows? Flow One, CBM, TVJ. But
Yes.
when they come, we'll see what happens. But that's the type of stuff that they should cover. What's another not K-pop though, but what's another scene in Jamaica that's highly popular? Can't be K-pop, can't be anime, can't be gaming, can't be cosplay. What's another popular thing in Jamaica, but like nobody?
Reggae.
No, that's already covered on television. And
music?
they get
No,
their own
wait.
Super
Like
Bowl every
fashion?
year.
Fashion?
What? Fashion. But
Fashion.
what type of fashion?
Hmm.
No, I don't know, alternative fashion.
Yeah.
Alternative fashion in Jamaica.
She
Yes.
said
It's
alternative,
growing
and at first
traction.
I just
It's
thought of
getting
chocolate.
traction.
yep, chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought of chocolate as well.
She been saying she want to dress me. I'm like, girl, anytime you're ready.
That's
Yes.
what I was
I'm
saying.
waiting for
Like,
her to do.
but
But
wouldn't fashion fall under crafts? Like
No,
making
that's a little
not
bit different.
You
really.
think
No,
so?
not
Not
really.
really. Not really.
Because you have
Not
crafts.
really,
Crafts
but
is
Crafts,
like taking
crafts
raw
stop at
materials
jewelry.
and making
raw
something.
material.
Fashion is taking clothing
Fabric is
pieces
not raw
and
material.
styling it. So it's
No,
Yeah,
no.
two
but
different
Yeah,
things.
if it,
fashion
in the
is
public eye,
styling.
it
Crafting,
really ends
craft.
at jewelry.
You
It's
have
like
seams.
if
You have
Debatable. I feel like that
fashion
is debatable.
design
I
versus
mean, I've been to a couple of
styling
shops
clothes,
and it's always
right?
it them always cut it right off of jewelry.
no,
It's
hold on,
like
time out. So,
Well,
so,
not
so
jewel. No
there are three
fashion.
categories. There are three categories. So it's like when they
Yeah, I
even
feel
judge.
like it's a subcategory, like
It's when they
under creation, because you're
no
creating
because
something.
there's a
Okay.
no. See, you're confusing the word. In crafting, you can create. As a seamstress, you produce. You don't create.
Um,
You
you don't
produce.
create.
You
You
you create. You
produce.
get a design and then you produce it. Crafting,
Mhm.
there is no design. You create.
Mhm.
Crafting is something that comes from your mind.
Mhm.
Yes, everything comes from your mind, but like, okay, let's say you go, I want to make this nice little jewelry thing for my ear. It's not like traditional seamstress where you go, you get a piece of paper, you draw it out, and then you measure or whatever. You craft from your hand and your mind. That's why. That's why in cosplay there's two categories. You have seamstress, and then you have what do you call that again, Neko? When
I
they
think a better word to put it is cosplay in general has there's different types of cosplay. There is competitive cosplay that involves the whole crafting process and many different branches of crafting. And then you have cosplay modeling, which is simply like, and there's cosplay modeling
Wearing
where
what
you
thing?
just buy a cosplay and you model it for like a magazine or whatever. You have cosplay for fun, and then you have cosplay content creation. And all of them have merit, and but all of them are different essentially.
so yeah, that's why when you're creating like you're a craft the thing is called crafting, but you're a craftsman. So you see how
Mhm.
you the earrings you made, you're a craftsman. Now some people are you make craftswoman. let me just let everyone,
It's
ladies
craftsman
out
is a
there,
craftsman.
ladies out there, you need to understand what the word man means.
But
Humankind is a word that was invented in the last 1,000 years. We're called mankind, women included. You are a woman, so you are mankind. Men are man, so it's the same thing. So it is called mankind. So when we say actress is new, that's like 200 years old. It used to just be actors, period, men
Yeah.
and female. But then somebody got butthurt and it's like, well, what about the women? And then it's like, okay, actress. Then you had ruler, and then they went from ruler. The Europeans did it because in Africa you have pharaohs. Pharaohs were men or women. That's it. It's a pharaoh. It doesn't. That's it. They don't change it. But men in Europe was like, well, I'm the emperor. Well, I'm the empress. You're rulers, you assholes, king and queen, and they have to always try to separate themselves from each other. When in reality, you can't be separate. You're actually together. That's a whole other topic. Next week, I'd like to talk about men and women, or tomorrow about on the Valkyrie live show. But actually, that's one of the topics that was going to be brought up. But I just wanted to bring this out there for you guys to contemplate, because you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of content's going to start coming out. An announcement's going to be made. We kind of wanted to say we wanted to kind of confirm certain things first, but we'll just make the announcement now. This Friday at LOL Snack Stop at the bus. Shut your hole.
Is that how he sounds on the stream? My
Yes.
God.
So for what's the name of this thing here? What's the address? Because bus park.
The Harvard Tree Transport Center?
Yes, the Halfway Tree Transport Center. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna. No, I was gonna make a bad joke. That was gonna come off.
Hurricane, please stop
Run,
talking.
Arcane, run! Arcane, run!
Oh my God.
He's saying, hey, I gotta pee. Let me out.
All right, there we go. So, before I say something negative, no, I was gonna say something funny, but then people would take it negative. Just to let y'all know, Express Chin, the Chinese store in Spanish Town, was closed today.
Chenky.
Or Chenky, yeah, that closed down today.
What?
Not like it closed the store for the day. They shut
locked
it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
not the one on Oasis, right?
No, the one inside Hilo Plaza.
Okay.
I'm
So
so
Oasis
happy
is
I'm
the
eating
Chinese.
Chinese food right now.
Huh? So
Do you know
Uh,
Chinese girl?
it is the transport center. What's the name? The
JQC bus.
the
JTC
JTUC
Transport Center.
JTC, yeah.
JUCT bus.
JUTC Transport Center in Halfway Tree.
The Juke Up bus
Jesus
at
Christ.
the transport center in Halfway Tree, right? LOL Snack Stop is hosting a Valkyrie Valentine meeting place at their actual store. They're going to be giving away Valentine candy bags to some of the participants there. You can win these candy bags by entering some of the activities that they will be doing. You can win by getting involved in some of the social media contests and doing some TikToks with the Valkyries. You can meet and greet, take some pictures with the Valkyries. So let everybody know when Friday, February 14th, come down to the LOL Snack Stop at the
Half a Tree Transport Center, right beside the Spanish Town JUTC bus stop.
Okay, thank you.
Mother of God.
So you guys can see the Valkyries there this Friday. But we're going to be covering an entire Valentine feature there as well. So that's going to be on television. And then the Valkyries are going to be doing something over the weekend. We'll make the announcements on Monday. Can't give out any other details than that for right now. But thank you, ladies. We have gone over the mark once again. It's 2:44, 2 hours and 44 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of Valkyries of Arcadia's Real Waifu Hours. We will see you guys next week. We're trying to come on tomorrow. we're trying to come on tomorrow at 11 o'clock for Valkyrie Live. That's when we talk about regular stuff outside of gaming, anime, cosplay, and things Valkyries. It's all just stuff about normal everyday life. For that podcast tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So we hope to see you guys there. Tune in for the Valkyries as they're going to feature tomorrow to go hang out, do an hour stream there, and do some TikToks and just chill for the day. Need a break from all this work.
Boba. Boba.
Boba.
All right. Marcy, Neko, Zuri, Robin, Loch Ness, Empress Now. Thank you guys. Hope to see you guys next week. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, ladies.
Nice.
Nice.
Wenchana. Bing, 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 bing.
This is
So hot, we're switching off the smoke alarms. Got lost, but I feel my way into your arms. Love how you creep into my wildest thoughts. Something about you, boy. Something about you, boy. We're only one kiss away, my body can't hit the brakes one touch. It escalates out. The dirty talking, it turns to play. We're all out of things to say. It's too late, we can't escape out. Oh baby, we can't stop.